哎，平凡人生哈，上次就来。
An ordinary life came along last time.
我好像对这个名字很熟。
I seem to be very familiar with this name.
Hello， 平凡人生，我看的名字很熟啊。今天晚上还是我老刘啊，虽然是周六，但是今天晚上我额外加班了，跟大家聊2个小时啊。刚刚进入我们直播间的朋友们呢，麻烦大家点个关注、点赞，好吧？我们是懒众房车，今天是
I ended up working overtime tonight.
周六不算
Let's
周末。
chat for 2 hours. Welcome to our live
周
stream.
六也算周末，
Everyone
是吧
who just joined.
周六也算周
Could
末啊。
everyone
这
please hit
个
that
想必大
follow
家明
and
天
like
都
button?
不上
We
班
are
了，
lunch on
是吧？可以，
RVs,
所以
and
说今天
today
晚上呢，可
is.
以
It's Saturday,
小熬
right?
一个夜，明天可以
Saturday
小
doesn't
睡一个
count
懒
as
觉。
the
所以
weekend.
说，礼
Saturday
拜六
counts
可能
as the
对大
weekend,
多数
right?
人来讲呢，还
Saturday
是
still
非常
counts
快
as
乐
the
的一天
weekend, so
啊。
I imagine
因为
everyone will be
不用上
working
班
or
了，不用
attending
睡懒觉
classes
了。
tomorrow.
所以今天
Right?
晚上呢，
Sure,
懒
so
众
we can
房车
do
的
it
老刘
tonight.
呢，和大家
Pulling an
聊
all-nighter
聊房
tonight
车，是吧？
means you
房
can
车是
enjoy a
所
later
有的
line
汽车里
tomorrow.
边
So, you see,
最有聊头、
Saturday is
最有
likely
玩
still
头
a very happy
啊，
day for
最好
most
玩
people
的一种
because
汽车。
no more
为
work
什么呢？
time to
因为这
sleep
玩意儿
in
它能住，
tomorrow. So
是吧？
tonight,
所以说
Lao
这样是
Leo from
蛮
Lanzhong
奇妙的
RV
啊。
and everyone
今天晚
else.
上呢，我们给大
Let's
家
talk
带来
about
了3款
RVs,
重磅
shall
车型，
we?
哪一款
An
都是重磅
RV
车
is
型。
among all types
这
of
款呢是
cars
我们24
most
款的
worth
高端
discussing.
定制炮，
That's really fun to play with.
这个
The
车
most
当年
fun
也是我们
one.
的主力
Cars
的
why?
镇山
Because
之
this
作呀
thing can
啊！市
actually
场
live in
市场
it,
指导价呢是
right?
46.8
So
个
it's
W。
kind of like that
一会儿我给
too.
大家好好
Pretty
讲讲这款车的
fascinating.
配置。
Tonight,
我
we're
的
presenting you with 3 heavyweight models each, and every
所
one
有
of
的车
them
都是
is a
C
real game
啊，
changer.
我们这辆车都
This
是 C
model
款。
is our high-end custom
这个车
cannon
呢是
from
我
the
们全新这个
2024 lineup.
2.4
This
加
car
9
was
1动力
also our
的，这个
mainstay
是我
back
们
then.
2025
A
年的
masterpiece of the
全新
town.
力作
The market price is set at
啊，这个车大家见的也少。
468,000.
这
I'll
是一个
soon
中
give
开
you
门
all
的
a
非
detailed
常不错。
explanation of
还
this
有呢，
car's
这是我们
features.
的扛把
My,
子，我们
all
懒
of
众
them,
房车
every
的
single vehicle
啊
is Type C.
山海炮
All
系
our
列的后
vehicles
上
are
门，
Class
这是
C
一个非
RVs.
拓展的车型。
This
后
vehicle
上
is
门
our brand
这
new
个布
free
局
gun,
非常的
powered
通透，
by a
是
2.4
最近
tons
过去
engine
的这
paired
3个
with
月
a
以来，
9-speed
单一
automatic
车型里边销
transmission.
量最好的一
This
款
is
车。
our brand new
当然了，
masterpiece
它也是一
for
款高端车型。
2025.
所谓高
This
端，
car
从售
is
价上也
rarely
能看出来
seen
啊，
by
这款车的市
everyone.
场指导价呢
This is
是
a Type A layout with a
55.8
center
个 W。
opening door.
除了这3
And
款车
here's
型，
our
我
top
们还有
performer.
其
She
他
is
的
the
一些
one
车
who
型，我们也
bags
可以
all the
聊。
RVs.
直播间里
The
边
rear door
放
of
不
the
了那么
Shanghai
多车，
Cannon
但是
series
呢，
is
老
for
刘
a
凭这张嘴呢，
non-extending
也会
model,
给大家描述一
door-to-door
下我们
service.
并没有
This
在直播
layout
间
is
展
incredibly
现的
airy
那些
and
车型。
open.
同时，大家
It's
在
been the
用
past
房车、
3
买房
months.
车
The
的过程中，有
best-selling
什么疑
model
问的话，
within a
可以
single
互相
vehicle
交流。
lineup. Of
另外
course,
呢，我们直播间
it's
里边
also a
同时有
premium
很多
model
老炮，
evidenced
他们
by
也
its
是我们的
price,
忠实粉
as the
丝。
car's
如果
suggested
说老
retail
刘
price
有哪些问
clearly
题不知
reflects
道
its
的话呢，我
high-end
们直播间的
positioning.
这些老炮们也可以给大家
55.8
答疑
watts.
解惑。
Besides these 3 models, we also have a few other models
C
we
部区
can
有，我们这
discuss.
个高定
We
版的就
can't
是一个
fit
C
that
部区
many cars in the live
一
stream
会儿我可以
room,
带你去
but
看看那个 C 部
old
区
Leo can
不同的
easily
布局
describe it
啊，
to
适
everyone
合不
after
同的
all.
家
We
庭
don't
结构
have
的人
one.
群。
In the
所
live
以说我
stream,
们在
we'll
选择车
showcase
型的
those
时候呢，除
vehicle
了价
models.
位、车
And
型
if
之
you
外的
have
话呢，
any
布
questions
局
as you
也是大家
explore
非常
buying
看
or
重的
renting
一个点。
RVs and motorhomes,
平凡
feel
人说
free
是
to
探索
share
C
them
部
with
区
each
啊，
other. Also,
大
we
漠
have
啊，
plenty of seasoned veterans
哦，
in our live
大
stream
漠
room.
是不
They're also
是
our loyal
这
fans.
位
If
粉丝
there's
朋友是
anything
不是
old
还
Leo
没
doesn't
有
know,
以前
the
用过房
seasoned
车吗？
veterans in our live
如
stream
果没有
room
用过
are
房车
here
的
to
话，
answer
我
your
想聊一
questions
聊
and
您
clear
大
up
概是
any
一个什么样的情
confusion.
况？我看看
Section
您
C
适合选一
features
款
our
什么样的
bespoke
房车，
collection. There is just
我们可
one,
以
and
聊
it's
一聊，好
Section
吧？
C. I can take you to see that C layout later. Different layouts,
啊，
suitable for
对，
people
量
with
身推荐
different
推荐一
family
款啊，
structures.
没事
So when we're choosing a car model,
啊，咱这
aside
招牌
from
打出来是吧？
budget-friendly options,
这什么找老刘
layout is
啊，
also
购
a
房
key
车享优
factor
惠，
that
刘
everyone
是刘
highly
总，
values.
买房车找
Ordinary
你能优
people
惠
say
多
it's
少呀？
about looking
记
at
住
the
了，
C layout,
我们
right?
优惠这个词儿
Vast
含义是
desert.
多重的，
Is
是
it the
吧？
vast
我
desert?
给您提供
Does this Fin
信
friend
息咨
still
询，它
not
也是一
have?
种优惠。
Have you
我
ever
给您提
used
供
an
有价
RV
值的信
before?
息，也是一种
If
优
you've
惠。
never
我给
used
您
an
打折，
RV
也是一
before,
种优惠
I'd like to
所以说
chat
我们
about
的优
it.
惠呢是蛮
What
丰
kind
富
of
的一个行业。
situation are you
总
likely
之
in?
吧，
Let me
凭着
see
我
what
在
style would
这
suit you
个房车
best.
圈里
We
边
can.
做了
Let's
17、18
chat,
年，不
shall
敢说有
we?
多么大的
Yes,
成
let
就，
me
但是呢，
recommend a
见
customized
过的事
option
情，
for
见过
you.
的车友，
It's
看过的
okay.
房车
So,
太
you
多
want
了。
to print
所以
out
说
the
我相
sign,
信
right?
对于
Why
那
look for old
些想
Leo
买
to
房
get
子的
discounts
房
on
车小
RV
白的朋友来
purchases?
讲的话呢，
Someone
我
said,
觉得我
Mr.
个人给你
Leo,
提供的这些
how
信息
much
呢，
of a
多多少
discount
少
can you
还是
offer
有
on
一
the
些价
RV
值。
purchase?
如果大
Got
家
it.
把老刘当
Wealthy
做朋友
people
的话
often
呢，
have
可以在
multiple
直播间里
meanings
边充分的
associated
互
with
动，
the word
信任
discount,
我
don't they?
是吧？我关
I'll
心你，
provide it for you.
我呢可以给你
Information
提供，
consulting it
包
is also
括
a
但是
benefit.
不限于我们
Providing you with
咱们
valuable
产品站内的
information is
所有
also
的
a
房车
benefit for
都
me.
可以探讨。
Giving you a
总
discount
之，我
is
的目的
also
就
a
一个
benefit for
那
me.
就是让您呢
So, our
买
offer
上一款
actually has
称
a
心
pretty
如意的
rich
好房
and
车，
diverse
开着
meaning.
房车
In
听着
short,
吃
with
可以
my
的房子，
experience in the RV community, having done this for 17 or 18 years, I wouldn't say there have been huge
是
achievements,
吧？还
but
是喜欢
things
打这
I've
一会，
seen are
没问
RVs
题，
that
没问
fellow
题。
enthusiasts have already sold. There's
哦，
too
那
much.
差不多了。
So
您
I
这5年的话，
believe,
本科都
for
毕业了，
those,
该
for
出手
friends
时
who
就
are
出手
complete
啊，
beginners
分
when
分
it
合
comes
合
to
全
buying
合
an
合。
RV
好了，
and thinking
看
about
在
buying
这
a
个我
house,
们
let
朋友
me
对我
share
们
some
产品这么
tips.
信赖的
I
份
think
上呢，
providing
首
you
先
all
我
with
带您
this
看一看这
information
款车的 C 布
personally
局啊。
still carries
C
some
布局呢，
value,
我们指的
one
是
way
车内
or
的布
another.
局。首先
If
给大家
everyone treats
讲清
Lao
楚一个
Leo like
概
a
念啊，
friend, I
就
can
是比
fully
如说我们
engage
的
in
自
the
由
live
炮系列，
stream. You
自
trust
由炮
me,
系列呢，我
right?
们的配
I
置、
care about you.
底
I
盘
can provide you with,
它是一样的，
including but
它
not
唯
limited
一不
to,
一样
our
的就是这个车
Lanzhong
的结
RV
构。比
products.
如说这个
We
乘客
can
门
discuss
它
all
在
the
哪个位置，
RVs. In
里边的
short,
卡
my
座
only
区、卫
goal
生
is
间
one.
等等这些地
That's to
方的
let
布
you
局
buy
啊，
a
略有
comfortable,
不同。
dream-worthy
啊，只是这
RV
些。
and hit the
刚才
road
呢，
to
我们这个
explore
大漠的朋友呢，他
poetry
说了
and
啊，他
distant
看看 C 布
horizons,
局。
right?
C 布局这
Or do
款
you
车，它
still
主
prefer
要的一
discount
个
deals?
特点，当然了，我
No
们这是个
problem.
高端定制
That's
车型
about it
啊，
by now.
它跟
You'd
我们
have
自由炮的 C
already
布局是一样
graduated
的，
from
只
your
不过是配置不
undergraduate
一样。
program after
C 布
these
局
5
最大的一
years.
个特点呢，
When
就
it's
是
time to
乘客门
act,
是在后开，
strike without hesitation boldly and swiftly, charging across the
看
land.
到了吗？
All right.
这是一
On
个
behalf of our friends who have such great trust in our
电
product,
动踏步，
first, let me show you the C layout of our car. By C
这是 C 布
layout,
局
we
外
mean
观
the
的一
interior
个
arrangement first. Let
一
me
个造
introduce
型，
it to
这
everyone.
是不一样的啊。
Clearly
我们的
explain
A
the
布局呢，
concept.
乘客门在这
For
个位置，
example, take our Freedom
所
Cannon
以说乘客
series.
门的位置
Our
不一样，
configuration
就
for the
决定了
Freedom
它
Cannon
里边的布局
series
肯定也是不
construction
一样的。
site. It's the same.
就跟
The
就跟
only
我们买
difference
房子
is
是
the
一样的，
car's
是吧？
structure.
就是同
For
样是
example,
两室
the
两厅，
passenger
有
door.
这样的户
It
型，有这
depends
样
on
的
the
户型，
location.
把
The
边的户型
restroom
跟
in the
中间的
booth
户型
area
它就可能不
inside.
一样。
The layouts
那
of
萝卜
these
青菜
places,
各有所
among
爱。
others, vary
刚才我们这个
slightly.
朋友所说的
It's
这个布
just
局呢，就
these.
是这个 C 布
Just
局。
now, our
它
friend
是一
from
个
the
后排
desert
的车。
mentioned that he
咱们
wants to
在
take a
进
look
入
at the
房
C
车之
layout.
前呢，首
This
先
C
我把这个
layout
车的
model,
外
of
观给
course,
大家介
its
绍一
main
下。
feature
咱
is
们
that
呢
this is a
由
high-end,
外及
custom-built
里啊，
vehicle.
慢慢的给
It's
大
the
家把这
same as
个
our gun
车
C
型讲
layout,
清楚。
only the
首先，
configuration is different. One of the biggest features of the C
哇，
layout is that the
4-5个人啊，
passenger doors open
你
from the
4-5
rear.
个人的话，你就
See
不要
that?
考虑自由炮
This
了，
is a
你
electric
太小了。
stepper. Passengers
其
look
实
back.
你看我昨
This
天
is
晚
a
上直播
look
的话，
at the
你应
C
该理解
layout
我的观
design.
点。
A
你4-5个人出
hairstyle.
去的话，你
This
开一
is
台房子是
different.
不够的，
Our, a layout for
不
passengers
够。
in
当然
this
了，你要说
location.
3-2天、
So, the passengers are
3-5天，
seated
你能
in
够出去
different
凑合一下
positions.
子还行。
That
你
naturally
时间长
means
了，
the layout inside
说实话，
will
你1
also
周
be
以上你
different.
这么住，你就会
It's
很
just
难
like
受，你还不
buying
如
a
住宾
house,
馆。
right? It's the same
我不建
2-bedroom,
议你买这
2
个 C 布
living
局的，
room
其实
layout here
任何
as
一
one
款房
type
车都
of
不适
floor
合你。
plan, and here's
我不知
another.
道您这
The
4-5个人
layout of the
出去的
units
时
on the
间和频
edges
率是什
might
么样
differ
的？
from those in the middle.
小
Everyone
朋友
has
是
their
吧？
own tastes. Some
小
prefer
朋友也说，
radishes,
我
while
我也
others
是
favor
我先给你
greens.
讲车吧，
The layout our
然后咱
friend
慢慢
just
的细聊
mentioned
啊。
is this C-shaped
这
arrangement.
个24
It
款呢，
has a
我们
rear
看到是
opening
高定
door.
炮啊，
Before
不
we
是
enter
普
the
通炮。
room,
这
let's
个高
first
定
give
炮呢，有
everyone
一
an
些独特
overview
的
of
配
the
置，
car's
它跟我们的自由
exterior.
炮是不一样的。
Our. From
比
the
如说，
outside,
你这个车卖
Sealy slowly
46.8个点，
explains
它贵在哪
everything to
儿？
everyone.
那么咱们首
Clearly
先把这个
explain
高
the
定跑
vehicle
它不一
model.
样的配置，
First,
我先跟大家
4 or
讲一讲。
5
你看我们
people.
这个车值
If
不
you're
值
4 or
这个
5
钱？
people,
优惠
you
是另
shouldn't
外一个
even
概念，
consider the free
咱们
Canon.
回头再说
You're
那个
too
优惠的
young.
事儿，好吧？
Actually, if you
高端
watched my
定制
live
炮它
stream
首
last
先一个
night,
最明显
you'd
的区别
understand
就是
my
它
point of
整车
view.
喷涂装甲
If you're
器，
going
这个
out
是
with
标配。
4 or 5 people, one
但
RV
是最
won't
怕
be
你喷涂
enough.
装甲进加
It's
选
not
配加
enough,
钱，
of course, if
这
you
个我们
want
的
to
标
say
配的
so.
选装价格呢
3
是
or
3
2
个 W。
days. 3 to 5
当然了，我
days
可
of
以给你
roughing
优
it
惠
like
一些
this is
啊，
still
这就
manageable.
差3个 W
You've
出去
been
了。
here a long
你可以
time.
镜头拉
To
近一
be
下，
honest, if you
看看我
stay
这个
like
装甲
this
器
for
喷的
more
这
than a
个，
week,
我不知道
you'll
直播间
start
里边能不
feeling
能看清
really
楚，看这个
uncomfortable.
面
You
儿，
might as well just stay at a hotel.
看
I
到了吗？
wouldn't recommend buying the C layout. It's actually not
这个
suitable
装
for
甲机的
any
好
RV
处是什么
model.
呢？它
You
能够
know.
加，
I
它在
don't know
某
about
种程
these
度
4 or
上能够提
5
高我们
people
整
of
个车
yours.
外壳的
What does the
这个
timing and
强度、
frequency of going
硬
out
度，
look like?
提高
You're a
整
kid,
车的外
right?
观的
There
防
are
腐性
also
能。
a lot of kids
同时
sounds
呢，
pretty
它可以
nerve-wracking to
降
me.
低震动和
Let me
噪音，
explain
它有
this
一
to
定
you
的这样的
first.
作用。它
Then
主
let's
要
chat
的作用还
slowly
是
and in
耐磨
detail.
防滑，
The
这
24
是装甲
models
机
we're
最重要
looking
的
at
作
are
用。
high-end.
我们开着
Custom
房
built
车到
sports
大自然
cars,
界
not
里
your
边去，是
average
吧？碰
pal.
到树枝
High-end
子呀、杂
Cannons
草呀
come
等
with
等，
some unique
这个漆面
features.
是非常耐
It's
磨
not
和
the
防滑
same
的。
as our Canon,
另外
Someone
呢，装甲
asks
期呢
you're
是根
selling
据
this
用户
car
的
for
个性化定制，你
46.8
想
million.
喷
What
什么颜
makes
色，
it so
我就给你
expensive?
调成什么颜色。
So, let's
这
first
是装
look
甲
at
期
the
最大的一
high-end
个好处。
Cannon's
当
unique
然了，它的
configuration. Let
它
me
的
first explain to
增值的
everyone,
功
do
率
you
也是
think
蛮
our
复杂的，
car is
成本
worth
也
the
是非常
price?
高，
A
也非
discount
常
is
高。
a different
这是一个。
concept.
另外一个
Let's
呢，
talk
我这
about
个
the
车呢
deal
和大家
later.
标
The
配的
most
是
obvious
氮气减震
distinguishing
和
feature
AT
of
轮
this
胎，
high-end
这
custom
是标配。
Cannon is that the entire
我们
vehicle
一
is
般的
coated with
自由
armored
炮的
paint
车友呢，
standard equipment, no
买来
less.
我们这车
If
之
you
后
go
呢，
for the
他自
liberalized
己会去
option,
选
let us
装这
say,
两样东
a
西，
spray-coated
而
loader,
且
you'll
这
have to
两
pay
样东西
extra
是
if you
很
choose
多
the
房
spray
车用
finish.
户，
Our
特
standard
别是
options
四
come
驱
with 3
越野
optional
房车
add-ons, priced at
大多
W.
数用户呢
Of
都
course,
会
I
去
can
选
offer
装
you
这
a
两个
bit
东
of
西，
a
一个是
discount.
轮胎
That's
AT
just
轮
3
胎，
more
一个
WS
是
to
氮气
go.
减震。
You can zoom in a bit on the camera.
那么我们
Check
这个
out
车
the
呢，
armored
这两玩意儿
machine
呢
I
是标准
sprayed.
配置，
I'm
不
not
需要
sure
加
if
钱，
it's clear
按
in
原
the
车就
live
有。
stream. Take a look at this
如果
face.
说您
For
去选
example,
装这两个东西
see
的话，大
that?
概多少钱呢？
What are the
氮气
benefits
减
of
震的
armored
市场售价
vehicles?
大概是
In a way,
1.6个
they can
W。
enhance the
4根胎
durability of our
如果你
vehicle's
加备胎的话，
exterior.
5根胎的话，差
Strength,
不多是6到7
hardness,
配。
enhance the corrosion
当然，你看
resistance
选
of
什
the
么牌子
vehicle's
的啊，
overall
不破的
appearance.
还是
At the
160的，
same
还是具体
time,
哪个型号，
it can
是
also
吧？6到
reduce
7配。
vibration
那
and
么这
noise.
两
It
样加
does
起来
have
又
some
2
of that
万多个
effect, but
W
its
出去。
primary function remains wear resistance
还有
and
呢，
slip
这
prevention.
个
This is one of the
高
most
定炮
important
呢，它
roles
是一个
of
越野
armored
版的一个底
vehicles.
盘，
We're driving
所以
our
说这个车
RV
呢，
into the great
从外观的
outdoors,
前
right?
脸上看，
And
跟
we
我们
run
的自
into
由炮也是
branches,
不一样的
weeds, and
啊，
other
它是一个
obstacles
越野版
along
的
the
前脸
way.
前脸。
The paint
同
finish
时
is
呢，
highly
它是一个
abrasion
既然高
resistant
端
and
定制炮的
non-slip.
一个车型，它的越野
Additionally,
性
the
能
armored
是蛮
vehicle
强悍
is
的。
custom made
首先你
according to
看
the
一
user's
下，这个车是
preferences,
标准
whatever
配置的
color
一个
you want.
9500万
I
的一
can
个
match
盘，
it perfectly.
这个也是
This
标
is the
配，
biggest
不需要
advantage
您
of
加钱。
specialized questions.
它的拖曳
Of
能力
course,
折合成吨的话呢，大概是4吨
his.
多。
The spraying process
另外，
is
这个保
also
险杠也
quite
是高
complex,
锰钢的一个
and
保
the
险杠，
costs are
金属的，
extremely
这玩
high.
意儿老结
It's
实了
also very
啊，老
high.
结实了，
This
不
is
怕磕
a
碰划伤。
another standard
同时
feature
在
I'm
看不
offering
到
with
的
this
地方呢，
car
这个
is
车的
nitrogen
底盘下
infused
边，
shock absorbers
就
and
是
at
说
tires.
这个车的
This
发动
comes
机
as
和
standard.
变速箱的
Our
下边呢，
typical free
我们
fire
是金属
vehicle
下护板，
enthusiasts. After buying our
就
car,
是
he'll
它能够
personally go
保证你
ahead
在那
and
些
add
烂路、
these two
越野
options.
路面
Moreover,
发生底
these
盘
two
破壁、磕碰
items
划
are
伤，
highly
一般
favored
情况
by
下
many
是
RV
不会
users,
伤害到我们
especially
的
for
发动
wheel
机
drive
和
off-road
变速箱的。
RVs.
这个也
Most
是不一
users
样的。
will opt to
除
add
此以
these
外
two
的话呢，
items
它
as
像我们的自
extras.
由炮来
One is a
讲这样的
tire.
地方，
At
我们的
tires,
侧踏也都
one
用
is
的是金属
nitrogen
的
shock
啊，
absorption. So, these two
钢管的。
features are standard
对这些东
equipment
西呢，
on this car
第一
you
个很
don't
结
need
实，
to pay
第二个
extra.
造型
They
很
come
拉风，第三一
included
个的
as
话，
part of the
它也
original
可以在
factory
一
setup.
定程度上
How
防
much
止
would
我
it
们车
cost
辆
if
左
you
右两
decided
侧
to add
发
these
生
two
磕碰，起
items
到
as
一个保
extras?
护的作
The
用。
market price for nitrogen shock
还有就
absorbers
是
is
高端
roughly
定制炮，它
1.6
标配了
watts
2个
per
外
set
置
of
的音
6.
响，
For
这也是标
tires,
配。
if you add the
遮阳
spare,
棚是电动
making
的，
it 5
我
tires,
们一
it'll
般的这
cost
帮
you
是手动
roughly
的。
6 to
这些东西呢，
7K.
大概都是
Of
几配，
course,
而且
it's
标
up to
配4
you
路监控。
which brand you choose, Coupo.
所以
Of
呢，
course.
这几样
Still
东西加起来
Fegrich,
的话，
but
差
which
不多就好
specific
几个
model
出去。
exactly?
啊，
Right?
这是不
Around
一样的。
6 to 7K. So, adding
好
these
了，
two items together
当然了，
brings
这个
the
车呢，
total
给
to
大
over
家配的是电
20,000
动加热
watts
一口
spent.
啊
，There's
，16碳
also
中交流
the
慢充这都
Gauding
有。
Pow is an off-road version of the
我们
chassis.
到车里边去
So,
看一下。
this car, from the front appearance, it
由于
also
我对
looks
这个车
different
是非
from
常
our
了解
Freedom
的，所以
Cannon.
说我可
It
能
is
给大
a
家讲的比较
the
简单。
off-road version's
如
front
果
face.
直播
At
间
the
的朋友
same
们，你们
time,
对
as
哪
a
个细节
high-end,
比较感兴趣，
custom-built
也可以跟
model,
我
it
说
boasts
啊，因为在我
remarkably
眼里边
robust off-road
都已经
performance.
司空见惯了。
First,
我不知
you
道
can
大
take a
家
look at
对
the
哪些细
vehicle.
节
It
感兴趣，
comes
你可以尽
standard
管
with
提。
a 95 million one winch.
这
This
是
also
24的高
comes
低
as
配，这不是
standard.
25的。
You don't
但是
need
它
to
的
pay
布局
extra. Its towing
2524
capacity
的
is
高端
roughly
电路
over
的
4
基
tons
本情
when
况是
converted
差不
into
多的，
metric
略有变
tons.
化。您看那个跟
Additionally,
看
the
25的差
bumper
不
is
多，
also
它
made
底
of
盘
high
动力不一样
manganese steel.
啊。
Metallic. This thing is super sturdy. Totally solid.
这个车的市
Not
场指导
afraid
价
of
呢是
bumps or
46.8个
scratches.
W
Meanwhile,
啊
in places
46.8
that
个
are
W。
out of
当然
sight,
了，这
the
是我们的
car,
市场指导价，
under the
这是我们
chassis,
的市场指导
for
价。
example,
回头的话呢，
underneath the
如果
car's
说大家
engine
想
and
问底价的话呢，咱们可以单独私聊啊，不要看那有二维码，时间长就给你屏蔽了。
2.4T 的自由，在走上路和爬坡上是就跑的那空气。
有一定道理。昨天晚上我回答这个问题了，啊，您的认知是基本上是正确的。咱们到车里边来看一下，可以，是可以的，没问题啊。这是一个后看门，大家可以看到，我慢慢给大家讲。昨天晚上我讲的比较粗，今天晚上你看，这是个后看门，通过2级踏步到的我这车里来了之后呢，首先我这边呢是我们一个厨房。坦白跟大家讲啊，我们炮 C 这个布局呢，它的厨房区是比较小的。我们关注的这个车是客厅区， 客厅区非常大，所以说这个车的厨房区是比较小。在厨房区呢，我们给大家配备的是这些东西。第一个呢，有一个双出水的水龙头，这双出水的，有纯净水和清水箱的水，吸油烟机，然后呢上面是储物柜，这边呢也是一个储物柜，放一些我们厨房类餐具。这是一个比较小的操作台，下面呢还给大家标配了一个海尔卡萨帝的洗衣机。由于这个台面比较小，所以说我们在这儿呢给大家做了一个可折叠的一个台面，看到了吗？就是说我们在车里做饭的时候呢，因为它空间比较小，所以说我们打开一个延展的台面板，这样的话呢，扩大我们做饭的作业面积，是这样一个设计啊。平常我们不用的时候呢，把它，你看这下面有2个金属的这个条，一摁，哎，它就牢牢的锁死了。这是我们这个厨房区啊。厨房区的这边呢，当然了，可以进来看啊。这边呢还有厨房区的一部分功能。第一个呢有一个90升的高端的赛特福德的一个冰箱，冷藏冷冻的，这是整个的一个外观的一个冰箱，90多升。下面呢是一个微蒸烤的一体机，现在这玩意儿是比较流行的啊，停替了微波炉了，微蒸烤的一体机。这是一个，下面呢还给大家配了一个大抽屉，你依然可以把它当做厨房的一部分来使用。这是厨房区。然后呢，这个车刚才像大漠所说的啊，他们家出行人数比较多的话呢，想要一个很大的客厅，是吧？容纳更多的人，这个布局是满足的。哦，那基本还可以，2个大人2个小朋友可以。你看啊，如果家庭成员出行人数比较多的话呢，选这个布局相对来说还好。为什么好呢？第一个可以看一下，这个额头大床，如果说睡2个大人加1个小孩是蛮富裕的。我曾经不止一次跟大家讲，在所有的皮卡房车里边，揽众的额头床设计是最宽敞的啊，不管是长还是宽，
Among all the pickup
都很
campers,
宽敞。
Lanjo's
所以这个
forehead
床
bed
呢，
design
睡一个小
offers the
朋友
most
1、2
spacious
岁、
layout.
2、3岁的
Whether
小
it's
朋友在
length,
这上面
width,
是没
or
有问题
height,
的，
they're
再加
all
上
very
成年人是没问
spacious.
题的。
So,
然后
the
我们
bed,
这个区域呢，
sleeping
哎，
on
就
this
很有
whether
意
it's
思
a
了。
1 or
我觉得大漠
2-year-old, or
想
even a
选这
toddler
款车
around
是
2
有道
or
理的
3 is
啊。
perfectly
如果说
fine.
你带2个
Plus,
小
it's
朋友
no
的话呢，
problem to add
既
2
然是
more
小朋友，
adults.
我觉得他
Then
们
our
年龄
area
不会太
becomes
大，
really
小朋友
interesting.
就爱
I
玩，
think it
对
makes
吧？
sense that
玩的
Daniel
话呢，
chose
你
this
就要给
car.
他一个足
If
够
you're
的娱
bringing
乐
2
空间。
kids with you,
那么在我
since
们
he's
最
a
后的
kid,
所有
I
布
don't
局里
think
边
he's
，C
very
布局
old.
的娱乐
Kids
空
just
间
love to
是最
play,
好的。
don't they? If
为
you're
什么呀？
going to
因为它
play
是
with him,
3向
you need to
3
give
面
him
沙发
enough
环角。
space to enjoy himself.
比如说，
So,
哎，这个
among
父母
all the
呢坐在
layouts
旁
in
边，
our
小
free
孩在
Canon
旁边玩，
series,
还有互
the
动的
C
区域。
layout offers the
这
best
个比我们的
entertainment
A 布
space.
局、D 布局
Why?
和 B 布局
Because it's
都
a
要好一些。
3-way, 3-surface brush
小孩你
for
说穿着
radial
袜子
hair
在这个沙发上
application.
蹦蹦跳
For
跳的
example,
啊，从
parents
床上
sit
往下走
nearby
也很
while the
方便，
child plays
互动性
nearby,
很
and
强。
there's also an
这是第一个
interactive
这个布局
area.
的优势。
This is
第二个
slightly
这个布
better
局的
than
优势
both
呢，
our
就是晚
layout
上睡
A
觉
and the
是吧？
previous
哎，
layout.
我们这个
The
地方
kid
呢可以
kept
拼
bouncing
床，
around
像
on the
我们
sofa,
那
still
个
wearing
朋友
socks.
所说的这
It's
个，你
also
如果
very
说是这
convenient
个
to get out of
小
bed.
孩的话呢，
Highly interactive. This is the advantage of the
你
first
比如说把这个
layout.
小桌
The
降下
advantage
去，
of the second
这儿
layout
呢
is
拼了一张
sleeping
床。
at
我不知道
night.
你家孩子
Our
多大
place
啊？
can
如果是比较
accommodate
小的话
extra
呢，就
beds.
不用3
Like
面拼
us.
床了，你就
What
拼
your
这一块
friend
儿。
said, if
如
you
果他
were to
身高
say
不
it.
是特别
The
高的话，
child's words.
你就在这儿拼
For
床就 OK
example,
了。
lower the small
所以
table.
说，大漠你的选
Here,
的是
you
对
can
的
assemble
，4
it
个人，2
into
个
a
小朋
bed.
友可
I
以。
don't know
这
how
是
old your child is
这个
though if
布
they're
局。
still quite
而且
young.
呢，大家
You
有没有
don't
注意到，就
necessarily
是
need
皮
to
卡
build
房
a
车有一个特
3-sided
点，
bed.
它
Just
的
put
额
together
头
this
床
one piece
比依维
instead.
柯欧胜这
If
种
he's
车呢
not
要低很
particularly
多。
tall, you can
包括
just
我们
sleep
家也
right
有
here
这
on
个
the
依维
bed
柯欧
no
胜系列的
problem.
房车，大家
So,
可以看到，
Damo, you made the right choice for people.
单凡是依
2
维
of
柯那
them
个房车那
kids.
个床沿啊，基
So,
本在这个
this
位置，
is layout. And has
必须
everyone
通过
noticed that the
梯
pickup
子
truck
或者踏
RV
步之类的
has
东
one
西往上
unique
走。
feature?
而我
His
们皮卡
forehead
房车呢，
bed
基本
is
不用
much lower than
踩
that
在
of
我
a
们这个
vehicle,
靠背
like
座
the
椅
Iveco
地
Euro
上，
Star.
它的
Our
高度比
family
较
also
矮，
has an Iveco Eurovan
你
series
上下床
RV.
比较方便。
Everyone can see.
这是这个
Invariably,
布局，
the
这是
Iveco RV
皮卡房车
trail
最大一
is
个特点。
basically
咱们
located
再来
right
说一下
here.
这个车内的配置
Must
啊，
pass.
车内的配置
Climb
呢
up
有
using
影
a
音
ladder
娱乐
or
的
steps
激光投
or
影
something
仪，
similar.
是吧？
And we
还有
hardly
呢，给
use
大家
any
配备了
pesticides for
一
pest
个
control. You can climb up
这
by
个投
stepping
影
on
仪
the
背后呢是一
backrest
个
of our
GWM 的
seats.
音柱，还有
It's
2个
relatively
GWM
short
的音
in
箱。
height.
这
You can
2个
get in
GWM
and
的
out
音
of
箱和这
bed
个
more
GWM 的音柱
easily.
呢很
This
贵
is the layout, and this is
好几
one
倍，
of the key
因为我们
features
用的
of
是一个高
sensory
端产
based
品，高
prevention
定炮
and
嘛。
control.
另外，这个车
Let's
里边
talk
全部是
again
软
about the
包，
car's interior
皮革
features.
用的都是
The
高档
car
的材料，
features
包
a
括这边
laser
的墙板大家
projector
可以看
for
一下，
audiovisual
都是强生软
entertainment,
包。
right? We've also equipped everyone with, behind the projector is a JBL soundbar, along with 2 JBL speakers. These 2 GBLS speakers and GBR's soundbars are quite expensive, several thousand, because we're using a high-end, custom-made Canon, right? Additionally, this car features soft-pack batteries. All the leather used is made from high-end materials. Check out the wall panels over here, for instance. We're all using soft packs. I can't even name the material anyway, it's definitely top-notch. It's the same here, too. There's also a small wine cabinet over here. This is some of the interior design styles of this car. We use 48-volt DC inverter air conditioners. You can take a look at what it looks like. It is very similar to the small 1-horsepower air conditioner we use at home, especially in the children's room. A small 1-ton household air conditioner. Actually, this is an air conditioner specifically designed for RVs. 24 volts DC inverter driven. 48-volt DC inverter means our cars. The circuit system is also 48 volts. 48 volts. In other words, if my lithium battery powers the air conditioner, there's no need for reverse conversion in between. They have the same voltage, so it reduces the intermediate steps, lowers energy consumption, and minimizes noise, reduced the weight, improved energy efficiency. The air conditioner is pretty good. Then, this car comes standard with a 180-liter water tank, and 11.4 kilowatt-hour of electricity, 48-volt circuit management system, so everyone can take a look. Whether it's the vehicle's off-road chassis or the living area within our travel trailer, the features and configurations are quite powerful. You can easily move in with just your bags. We rarely use electric standing desks. 2. I think asking the friend who wants an electric standing desk, you probably haven't been a tenant before. There's a sense of ceremony when buying a car, right? I'd love to have that kind of smart technology too. The light turned on, and the smoke, well, that thing started to emerge, creating this incredibly ritualistic vibe. Actually, I'm here to tell everyone. All RVs are modified vehicles. RV craftsmanship, accessories, accompanying, quality. Compared to our domestic passenger vehicles, these several levels above. Got it? Especially things like electrification and intelligent technologies within the recreational vehicle industry. It's not as stable, mature, or reliable as a car. So, things like these repeatedly used baseline components. I suggest everyone use the mechanical one if you can, at least it's more reliable. Which place? While you're traveling, let me clarify, this is a safe spot to sit, as it's equipped with seat belts. If we say, while driving, if he happens to run into someone, let's first consider under what circumstances he might encounter them. It's an emergency brake, right? Emergency brake. Sitting in this place. He'll run into. This spot will hit the back of our heads. That possibility indeed exists. That's okay. But it's okay. The RV is heavy, let us say the first one. If you perform an emergency brake and your head hits this spot, ouch, that must hurt. I don't think the RV, with its large mass and inertia, will come to a stop that quickly. That's the first thing. The second guy we just streamed with also mentioned it earlier. While driving, let me first remind everyone that during the journey, our passengers are only allowed to sit in their seats. On the seat. Lying down is not allowed. On the bed. Understand. It's unsafe to do that while driving. So, what happens if someone sits in this spot while the vehicle is moving? I can roll back the changes for now. See what I mean? In that case, our entire place would be empty. There will definitely be no problem. That's just the problem you just mentioned. It's obvious to everyone. Perfect. Excellent. Thank you. I've pretty much explained the car's feature configuration to everyone. These are the exact specs. Most people buy RVs basically because they want to learn about some configuration features, right? How many people from our family should stay? Pretty much, I've already explained everything to everyone actually. If you followed what I just explained during my live broadcast last night, we didn't go into such detailed specifics about this car, like its exact configurations. water capacity, or power consumption. I didn't say that at all. If you're thinking of buying a house, the parts I just covered, once you fully understand them, are just the first step toward buying an RV. It's just the first step in your home buying journey. That's all I've learned so far. Far from enough. It's not enough to help you decide whether to buy it or not. Not enough. Why? Because buying an RV is it really tests our endurance, wisdom, and one thing about judgment. A recreational vehicle is a mass-market product, isn't it? At the very least, even the cheapest RV costs around $10,000, though generally, a more reliable, decent quality RV will set you back a bit more. They all cost over $20 million, even more than $30 million. This is the bare minimum required to make it work. The trial and error cost for such a commodity is quite high, especially if you make a decision blindly. Or rather, if your judgment isn't very good, you might end up losing out, getting scammed, and regretting your car purchase. So, in my previous videos and live streams, I once shared with everyone how to avoid pitfalls when it comes to RVs. Why, after all these years, China's recreational vehicle consumption and RV sales this year's RV sales are nearly the same, now standing at 9,100 units. 9,100 units is 9 months. Our country's RV sales average 1,000 units per month. So, by the end of the year, China's RV sales will be around 12,000 units, a figure that has remained steady for many years now. However, the volume of used RV transactions in our country is far higher than this number. Although there's no data, I can roughly get the picture. The volume of second-hand home transactions is roughly 1.5 times, or even twice, that of our new car sales. I guess. Why so many? Several reasons. First, the first reason, of course, a used RV is cheaper, right? People might prefer the cheaper option, this one first. And the second one, you'll find that, actually, there are many used RVs on the market that are nearly like new. Nearly new car. Ran 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers, even 1 or 2,000 kilometers. It sold out in just 1 or 2 months. There are quite a lot of cars like this, in models like this, except for a very small portion of users who are don't like RV travel, or impulse buying. More users realized he bought the wrong car. After the impulse buy, I realized I just ended up buying this car. Either the format is unreliable, the structure is shaky, or the quality leaves much to be desired, among other issues. Replaced it. A significant portion is included here. The point I'm making to everyone is that, whether you're buying a new RV, a used RV, or even a third-hand RV, screening, selecting, test riding, test driving, observation, listening, inquiry, and palpation are crucial. Just like I just mentioned to everyone how much the car costs. Several configurations, how many locks, how much water and electricity, plus the layout details. What's inside? These are far from enough. Far from enough. Got it? You can use these things to make your judgment. Simply buying or not buying is far from enough. There's still a long way to go. First, you need to take it for a test drive. After all, what you're buying is a car. You bought something. After you buy an RV, you don't go, why does the housing authority handle the paperwork, instead of going straight to the vehicle administration office? Because, at its core, it's still about vehicles. So this car involves a lot of things: compliance, legality, and security. Stability of value. Second, the residual value of used cars, right? How's the engine doing? And how about the fuel consumption, right? How about how's the comfort level for both driving and riding? Can we go to a higher altitude location? Can we travel abroad? And once we're there, will we have proper support and protection? How's the reputation of the place? How is the market share? How convenient is maintenance? And how many for S dealerships and after-sales service outlets are available? Wait a minute. You should definitely consider these things. Only by speaking like this might you be able to find a great product that truly meets your needs. Indeed, not easy. It's quite challenging. If everyone trusts old Leo, you're welcome to come to Baoding when you have time. Our company's factory is here. Let us have a face-to-face conversation. It's not even about me personally. How awesome I know everything, don't I? Because for the past 16 or 17 years, I've exchanged ideas with countless fellow car enthusiasts, not just those from Livezone. There are also other brands, as well as international car enthusiasts. I've seen too much. I understand the parts where everyone loves using their vehicles, and I also know the areas where it can be frustrating. That's why, within our RV community, isn't there that joke, right? People buying a house only have 2 moments of happiness. When they buy it, and when they sell it, everything in between, like driving a car, leaves them feeling anything but joyful. It seems to be saying, China's RV industry still has a long way to go, doesn't it? Users often encounter several frustrations during the process of using an RV. This is indeed a reality. But our job is to work hard to ensure everyone enjoys the process of traveling in RVs. Be happy every day, too. This is our mission and also the goal we strive for. Like our friend Damon from earlier said, if you wanted to bring along your 2 kids, this C-type RV actually seems pretty suitable, though at first I thought you meant for adults, which would have felt pretty cramped. This car is worth considering. We could also consider the Shanghai Cannon. The Shanghai Cannon, just now. Backcourt door. That vehicle is also worth considering. Its bed can comfortably sleep 3 people. And the lounge seats can even be converted into a makeshift bed. That's also fine. You take this, whatever it is. Turn off TikTok's beauty filters. Now look at how awkwardly I'm watching. Friends in the live stream, please note, Lao Liu never uses beauty filters during his broadcast. Do I look awkward to you guys right now? With my sharp little face and gaunt cheeks? Not manly at all. A Texas native said I seem pretty happy every day. Our brother, a native of Texas, is, you were having too much fun now, snap out of it. And tell me where you are. The user asked if the bed could be extended to 2 meters. You know, I even forgot to grab a ruler when I said I would. The bed's dimensions. Let me just give you a quick update. Since it's Lao Liu and I, not a professional car seller, I can't quite recall these details accurately, but actually, I kind of know them anyway. The bed is about 2 meters long. This bed is about 2 meters wide. This depth is 1.7 meters. It's probably about this size. If you're on the larger side, we recommend everyone sleep lying horizontally, like this. This is pretty much how most people do it. If we happen to be on the smaller side, you can sleep like this. It's fine. You'll see that most people sleep like this. That's how everyone sleeps. There's no problem with that. They said it's possible to get it by the end of the year. Sure, no problem. In Canas, that's cold now, dude. Just got back from Shandong. It's definitely getting cold. If you're thinking of picking up a Texas desert-themed item by the end of the year, here's a handy guide for you. If you like our car and want to order one, you'd better give us a call in advance. Why is that? When you plan to use it by the end of the year, say, for a specific car, you might want to start using it after the New Year holidays. He may not even have a vehicle in stock. You'd better give a heads up in advance. Some may have available vehicles, while others might not. Planning to head to Yunnan and Hainan with the kids to enroll them in kindergarten. She goes to kindergarten over there. Sure. I've noticed a particular feature, whether it's from last year or the year before. It seems like last year. It's right in Hainan. After the New Year, when returning to the mainland, can't come back sealed off, can't get on the vehicle or board the ship. So, where have many of our RV-loving friends been heading these past 2 years? There may still be many opportunities to go to Hainan. But now, I've noticed these past 2 days, because when traveling from the north toward Hainan, or even heading south, many friends end up stopping by our compound to take a break. Everyone will choose to go to Yunnan. I think Yunnan is really trending right now. For example, our brother here is planning to visit Yunnan. It's truly a wonderful place. It's really great. You're from Shandong too, right? We're all natives of Dijo. This guy of ours is also from Shandong. He's having a blast playing this. Once you become fellow car enthusiasts, you can start exchanging ideas with each other. I heard a piece of news today saying that our country's real estate market isn't entering a cold winter after all. Not too good. But I heard that only one province has a decent real estate market in Yunnan. And I heard that in Yunnan, 1 out of every 3 homes sold is purchased by people from other regions. I am not sure if it's true or not. In short, Yunnan is indeed quite an attractive place. There are many. An enjoyable tourist attraction, right? Like what? I haven't been anywhere either. Dali's wind, flowers, snow, and moon. Right? Battery. What else is there? Lijian also has the Yuanmomen site, which we studied seemingly all located in Yunnan. The climate is wonderfully suitable throughout all 4 seasons. So I've noticed that a lot of people have been heading to Yunnan lately. Worth a visit. It's already cold in the north this season. The first 2 days, the temperature in Baoding, the morning temperature reached 4 degrees, but it felt like 2 degrees. It's indeed very cold. That car isn't available. Don't worry about that car, it'll be here in a couple of days. It will be launched at the meeting. Videos and live streams available throughout our meeting. Alright, don't worry. The wireless version of the Shanghai Canonet SA, a mini-sized motorhome. That vehicle has extremely simple functionality. What are the main selling points of our car? 2 of them. The first pickup truck has been converted into a camper van. It hasn't been scrapped yet. The second point, those hybrid models. With a built-in 37-degree battery. It's pretty convenient for outdoor power needs. This is the car's biggest feature. Of course, its living space doesn't offer the same kind of roomy, flexible layout as our vehicle. There's no way to move around freely inside it like that. Running and jumping again. Such a big bed, there's just no way to manage that much water and electricity. That car has such a tiny little box. So, its function is really very simple. We placed greater emphasis on your driving with that car. Sexual encounters are no longer awkward. Right of way is high. That's the biggest positioning we've given to the car. That's high energy bubble C. This is the barbell run. What a coincidence. At this very moment, it's the high precision POC. There are 2 vehicle models for POS calibration. The first is the 2024 model car, which is a 24-inch HDPC. This car is powered by a 2-tons engine paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. We have both a diesel-powered version and a gasoline-powered version typically. People usually choose one of them. Diesel version 2 tons with 8 at. Then, let me introduce the chassis used. Listen carefully, I just told you earlier. 8 o'clock, fire first. The chassis features a 2-tons engine paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. This is from the 2024 model year, and then it uses an off-road version. The off-road version comes standard with a chassis, that is, nitrogen shock absorbers. Add tires, a 9,500-pound winch, metal insurance, metal body, metal front bumper, metal side step, metal underguard, towing qualification for 2.5-ton vehicles, add tire nitrogen shock absorption, 3 locks, several driving modes, 6 types, 6 driving modes, 11.4 kilowatt hours, 180 gen of water, armored period. These places, electric awnings, motorized steps, outdoor speakers, fast charging, slow charging, these are all available. Standard configuration. The market recommended price is 46.8 million, but of course, I've got a discount for you. A friend asked, how much is the discount, Mr. Leo? How much is the discount in the live stream? It's not necessarily the lowest price. Some go for 3 watts. And others are around 4 watts as well. We'll have to chat privately to figure out exactly how much it is. The main purpose of my live stream is to provide everyone with talk about cars, answering questions and clarifying doubts. The issue of the final price is being handled by our regional managers. They've come to communicate with everyone one by one. It's available now. It's available now. Which B type am I? -B layout or B type? A Class B RV? I checked the September sales data today. Today, I took a look at the nationwide RV market sales data for September. To be honest, I haven't been watching much these past few months. Not really looking at the sales data anymore. Because from this, and also because we distribute it nationwide to you every month. Sales. What kind of car did you sell like this? And how many units were sold? Let's roughly figure it out. These past few months haven't really mattered much. The Iveco Eurostar vehicle sales from January to September were approximately 911 units. The T8 vehicle sold over 700 units from January to September. Then, there's also a Howell-light truck chassis with sales exceeding 770 units, over 700 to over 900 units. You see, including that Type B vehicle you mentioned, the one you talked about, right? Including the JMC clothing vehicle. I took a look at the registration numbers. Indeed, there are as well. Many businesses in the South are operating at exceptionally low prices. I don't need to look at that car, ILL, just check the data. I see these data. Which companies am I seeing sell? From what I remember about these companies, I have a general sense of their tone, and that's how I know what price range they operate in. I pretty much know what it's priced at, and I also have a rough idea of what features this car comes with. I can pretty much gauge the car's features and quality just by looking at its price. We build Type B vehicles. It's not that I haven't done it before. The first 2 months were still underway, but there was already one Type B vehicle left unfinished in the workshop when the holiday started. Why? Given our company's specific situation, even if we produced that car, we still wouldn't be able to sell it. I can guarantee the quality of the cars we make, but I can't guarantee sales. Why? Because my overall costs are relatively high. Everyone might not buy it. So I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. Yes, it is. You saw the first 2 days. At the Beijing Auto Show, we have a couple from Beijing. Finally, by the third day, we had ordered our Shanghai Canon. This couple, the guy loves off-roading. This lady, this older sister, particularly fond of cleanliness, possesses exceptionally high cultural literacy. They were choosing between a Type B van and our pickup camper, but in the end, they picked me. Why? This older sister just said, it has several requirements. The first one, it has to be a well-known, big brand manufacturer. He is reliable at heart. The second one, he's just thinking about something. He bought a house, so he doesn't want to go around much. He keeps a low profile when gathering for meals or activities, and he's also incredibly neat and tidy. Practice hygiene, promote civility. He saw his friends driving around in their fancy cars. After going out, he can't stand the noisy, messy habit of littering everywhere. That's just how he is. He mentioned it to me, saying, if he buys a Class B RV, he thinks the Class B model looks nice. The exterior is relatively low-key overall. The car is shorter, smaller, and simply more attractive. This was his original reason for wanting to choose a Class B RV. But her husband disagrees. Her husband love off-roading, got a tank back home. Tank 500, Tank 700, I forgot. He really loves great wall vehicles. Then her husband spoke. You might think this hospital room looks sleek and stylish, but it actually feels pretty cramped when you're using it. Later, I told my older sister, I think what Big Brother said is absolutely right. I said the user is buying an RV. Some pain points can be resolved. The pain point will be resolved after a while. Some users have some. In some cases, the RV you purchased, let us say, it's a pain point is a problem you'll never truly solve. Here's how I explained it to that older lady. What are short-term pain points and long-term pain points? For example, with a Class B RV, old Leo definitely doesn't have one in this bracket. This means disparaging Type B RVs. Instead, we address the issue directly, presenting facts and reasoning logically. Objective statement. I told that older lady. I said you should buy a Class B RV. It definitely looks great, plus, its design is subtle and low-key, so it doesn't draw attention, right? Exactly. When people see it, they practically ignore you altogether, because, let's face it, it's just too understated. This is its benefit. I'm saying, but once you've purchased this disease prevention and treatment solution, there's a long-term pain point that you simply can't resolve. What? The contraceptive method has a relatively small internal space. His living room, his bathroom, his kitchen, his private booth, his bed space. In short, it's either quite small, or they end up competing with each other. The bathroom is combined with the living room. Or combine the bed with the sofa. Achieve living abroad, leisure, living, and sleeping. Then the spatial dimension is relatively small. You can't let people with B-type RVs have it both ways like that. You're asking others to make the hospital room look nice again. Low-key, compact and exquisite, something even spacious hospital rooms can't achieve. Later, I told everyone about it. I said, you're driving my pickup RV. Does it feel as tall and imposing as the Shanghai PAL, right? You're not adjusting this. I'd call a short-term pain point. He said how to put it. I'm saying that so-called short-term pain points are issues that can be resolved during the period you're staying here, what I call a short-term pain point. For example, if you think my car doesn't look very nice, but after you've driven 2,000 kilometers, you'll achieve that seamless harmony between rider and machine. You'll feel it's incredibly easy to drive, and you'll finally be in sync with it. I call this a short-term priority. What is a long-term pain point? It's something you'll never be able to solve. For example, you buy a Type B visitor. You want to live comfortably. This can't be changed. He won't grow just because you drive for 2 or 3 months. It simply won't happen. So, this is what we call a long-standing pain point. So I said to that older woman, just give it some thought. I said, you are. Confidently address your short-term pain points. Or do you choose to endure them in the long run? Later, after much deliberation, they both chose Shanghai. Why? You still need to think about what happens after you buy the RV. What is your most central demand? If this older lady says, I just want it to be easy to drive, restless or not, awkward or not, I'm not important, I can just stay at a hotel. In this situation, buying a Class B RV is totally fine. Do you understand? So, the statement from those friends who just borrowed our livestream room is also false. B-Class motorhomes now seem to be selling slightly more than C-Class models. This shows that many users, taken into account, alright, looks low-key in appearance, good posture. But why do many people buy Type B RVs after all? Ultimately, they'll end up choosing a Class C RV. And there's an undeniable fact. Customers who have purchased Type B apartments, most likely, the final choice will be a Class C motorhome. But once purchased, C-Type RV users, you're asking them to go back and choose a B-Type RV instead. The probability is very low. I think your question just called out Pan Changjiang. What's wrong with Teacher Pan, anyway? Can watch, no problem. Forget about being 165 centimeters tall. Let me put it this way to you. I'm 1.75 meters tall, and my partner is about 1.6 meters tall. My partner isn't very tall, right? Most women aren't tall either, so there's no issue with my partner driving this car. Many women drive RVs. Let me give you an example. Take, for instance, a 50-year-old Andy who used to. Right? That Andy from Hunan. Very famous. The first car is our Freedom Cannon. He's also quite short driving. This is pretty awesome. No problem. You're 165. The golden ratio. Pretty comfortable. No problem. Lao Xie joked that my RV life isn't as appealing as GWM's. Go to hell. You're teasing me again, Lao Xie. How about it? Oh, right, almost forgot to mention this while we're at it. A quick ad break. Today is, it's Saturday, right? Our friends in the southwest region, like those in Chongqing, Sichuan, Yunnan, and Guizhou, if you'd like to check out the cars nearby, if you'd like to check out the exhibition, Chengdu is currently hosting a caravan show. Chengdu, now, yesterday already. It's been going on for a day. Today is the second day, and there's still one more day tomorrow. If everyone wants to check out the exhibition, it's in Chengdu. Remember Chengdu. As for the location, check out the official video we just released today. I'll tell you where it is, but I can't remember. Take a look. Alright, another one. Friends who just joined our live stream, welcome. Alright. Freely extend your lucky little hand, hit that follow button, and give us a like. I'm Lao Liu from Livezone RV. Many of our industry friends already know me though. If you're just joining our live stream and haven't met Lao Liu yet, now's your chance. Please hit that follow button, we'll become friends soon. Old Xie, how about you say I did okay, right? Give me a couple of compliments. Can you get me a rocket or maybe even a helicopter? Without South One, it doesn't look as good. I'm a real man, okay? To be honest, I can't answer your question tonight. But next Monday, the day after tomorrow, I'll go try it out myself after all. There are several CLT cars in the workshop. I'll give it a try. Let me see what kind of issue this car lacking with external power discharge is. I've heard of it before. I'm not paying much attention to this right now, but I believe this issue will be resolved. To resolve it or else, you might end up with a little conflict, right? I think I understand what you mean though. I haven't actually tried this myself. How much do you know about Long Road? Good evening, 430. Free and joyful. Good evening, Mr. Leo. I'm in Shanghai to verify the accounts by checking the goods delivered directly to your location. A girl from Joko, Penang. Don't worry. Isn't that right, Xiaozhang? Don't worry, we're almost there. Let me check. I forgot which workstation it was. General Manager Leo just now asked how the backrest seat is doing. Let me go take a look. Let's take a look. 185 centimeters tall. To be honest, it's not exactly tall, but your height, standing alongside the average person, it certainly makes one appear. Are you asking about the Shanghai Cannon or the Zuli Cannon? He didn't say, did he? Take a look. Is this door open? I'll take a sip of water. Give it a try. A height of 185 centimeters shouldn't be a problem. Why is that? We will argue for something whether or not its outcome is okay. There are two approaches. First, you can go for direct measurement. The second one, then, go and put it into practice. Because you're 185 centimeters tall. Because I know many fellow car enthusiasts. Many are even taller than you. They haven't mentioned this issue. So, based on experience, it should be fine. After all, there are plenty of people who are tall, but, including our sales representatives, including our distributors, neither of them said there's anything wrong with someone 185 centimeters tall driving this car. Let me put it this way. I'm 175 centimeters tall, and you're 10 centimeters taller than me. 10 centimeters taller than me. Let me check my height, 5 feet, 9 inches. Feeling, now, based on my legs neither long nor short, but perfectly standard. Right now, I feel that at your height of 185 centimeters, my current leg position doesn't work. Your legs are positioned more toward the side. If it's longer, I'll move it backward. I move to a spot where I can reach specifically, close enough with my leg. When clutching, reaching for the brake, and pressing the gas pedal, I feel a bit strained. I can't reach it. So this distance might be just right for you. Now, this distance, I feel like I can't quite reach it. And now, when I hold the steering wheel with both hands, they're already fully extended. See that? It has already been straightened. Now I feel this angle, this position. This is your location. Then, now, this seat, zoom the camera over here. This seat, you can keep going forward. Pulled it back to a very deep position, see? Far behind. Right now, when I adjust this seat all the way up, my hands are almost can't hold the steering wheel anymore. Can hold on at all. So, at 185 centimeters tall, you're in the top 99. 999%. No problem. No problem. I'm here now. Push this seat all the way back. My hand can't reach it already. Turned the tables. So, your height is no problem, and moreover, we've been selling this ticket for many years. Haven't heard about it. What happens if there's a height issue, or if you adjust your driving position by moving backward? No problem. No problem. Absolutely yes. I haven't measured this angle yet. I haven't measured the angle yet. Did we go? Keep an eye on it tomorrow. It should be. Don't know. I didn't pay attention. It seems I just didn't go. Tomorrow is Chengdu's last day. The custom-made Cannon comes with both a 2-liter engine and a 2.4-liter engine. 2 types. Lao Xie's RV Life said that Boss Leo is definitely handsome, but I still prefer Xiaoguan. Is there a planned rooftop upgrade for Haifat's pickup truck, following the established route? As for the rooftop pickup truck, please stay tuned at all times. We do have plans for this car, but the launch date hasn't been set yet. Timeline, no confirmation yet. The water tank material for the free cannon, we use a plastic tank in our free cannon, right? Does it look like pee? I can't remember the material. It is plastic, food-grade plastic. Just remember that, okay? Because I don't dare to speak carelessly about things I'm unsure of. Is there anything else? How about it? Try to drive it out. Good. Sure. And I think it's this season now. It's next year, right? I have something to do. Tomorrow. Which place are you from, friend? Which friend? Here are 2 tips I'd like to share with everyone about RV rentals. The first one. As the consumption levels and spending philosophies of our country's residents continue to rise, I think the RV rental market definitely has huge potential. It's Wuxi, right? Your place is really great. You're all by the side of Taihu Lake. I know I have a friend who runs a RV campground called Taihu No. One right on the shores of Taihu Lake. You probably know him. You should recognize him. Mr. Huang, Boss Huang. Aren't Wuxi and Suzhou both right by Taihu Lake, though? Circling Taihu Lake for over 300 kilometers. They offer RV rentals as well as guided tour routes. It's been many years, and I think I've done a pretty good job. Also, if you're planning to rent an RV, it's best to customize your route. I've got a suggestion for you. Our RV's biggest advantage is the ability to get away from hotels, leave the restaurant, and completely embrace the wonders of the natural world. Bring along your users. Go and experience it deeply. Beautiful natural scenery. Let us go. The advantages of this recreational vehicle. So I think you could create some customized routes. If we're talking about relying solely on regular short-term rentals, I think the cost is still quite high. For example, summer starts from June to September. You might consider Northeast China and Inner Mongolia, right? Of course, 5,678. Could also consider green peppers. When winter arrives, from November to March next year, you can once again consider Guangxi and Yunnan and Hainan. I think it's still pretty good. Plus some customized routes. And collaborate with the local tourism and cultural bureau to develop unique features. Some of the content related to orientation, for example, traditional towns and ancient villages, culinary delights, right? Some local specialties combined with these, create customized routes and then add some financial products as well. I think this RV is pretty good. Of course. If you succeed, don't forget to choose our products. They're especially perfect for those who can't take off onto the road. If users want to go to a particularly wild place, we'll roll the vehicle. Pretty tough. Absolutely. Guaranteed to satisfy you. Didn't quite understand. It can have noticeable air conditioning. We didn't set up that kind of feature at the back of our car for everyone. A large air conditioner like the one found inside a Class C RV, there just isn't enough space for it. I've told him about that car more than once. We're setting up a motorhome traveling and living in it. Do you want to see our Shanghai No? Vehicle. What a huge vehicle this is, right? The single-row cab is like a whole little house. Maximum total weight, 4.5 tons. This is a full-fledged, large-scale motorhome. And our Shanhaibao voted as a particularly small recreational vehicle. Behind, a small box measuring 1.7 meters long. At such a height, of course he can rise up. His ability to live abroad is extremely limited. So, here we go, folks. You shouldn't go. We recommend everyone avoid selling this model, using the traditional RV mindset for buying motorhomes. If you try to do it that way, you won't be able to stay. That car. I'll be honest with everyone about my car. The first one. Enhance the practicality of the Mountain Cannon CLT pickup truck. His right-of-way issue is resolved, and the vehicle scrap page deadline has been addressed. As for the second point, his car, capable of simply fulfilling some of your travel and living needs. That's all there is to it, truth be told. So, everyone, choose wisely and rationally. Our family's various products. If you've got plenty of time, you'll probably feel like hopping in an RV. and heading out on a trip. You'll also need to choose our free cannon, bespoke cannon, or mountain cannon. A vehicle model like this one. If you're an off-road enthusiast, you can usually grab your car and head out for an overnight camping trip. Take a time travel journey. Also loves vehicle models like pickup trucks. He prefers hybrid models powered by new energy sources. You could consider that high-bit language version of the model from our Shanghai poster. The positioning is different. Your place is really nice. Lao Leo, I'll be driving the RV when I have time later. Let's drop by your place. We could team up and really make some waves, cheering each other on. I'll give it to you. Help me, and I'll help you. Let us support each other. Because your biggest advantage in the south is naturally yours. The scenery is beautiful. There are mountains and water with fresh air. A place of outstanding people and spiritual beauty. Unlike us in the north. Of course, our northern region also boasts talented people and beautiful landscapes. But compared to the south, our natural environment still falls a bit short. Of course, the trees here are still green right now. It's starting to turn yellow. The weather is quite cold. Moreover, the climate is relatively dry. The environment is relatively poor. What we call a neighborhood park here would probably be found all over the streets where you are. It's also different. Basically, after National Day has passed, users, like our users in the north, basically, most people driving RVs head south. In Guangxi, Hainan, and Yunnan, as the primary gathering place. Of course, head to the city. Many of our users take multiple routes, including the Jingpun route, traveling from Shanxi to Sichuan on the fourth route. There are also those traveling from Shandong to Zhejiang, right? Heading to Fujian. Some are heading to Guangdong, while others are heading to Hebei, Henan, right? Hubei, Hunan, Anhui, Guangdong. Also available in Guangxi and Yunnan. There's always a way to go. In short, just assemble and move south. Go and enjoy a more timely approach to temperature. Climate with temperature. Head to environments with higher concentrations of negative ions. Essentially, this is a hallmark of the nomadic RV lifestyle among RV enthusiasts. 2,525 model Shanghai Cannon. Yesterday evening, someone already asked about the 25th model of the Shanghai Cannon, but we at Shanghai Cannon don't have a 25th model concept in the first place. Have the display boards ever been live streamed for everyone on certain days? The reason there's no live stream is because the tickets for this bus sold out quickly. It looks like there's only one left, and it's still an hour. Dealer, let me show you the Shanghai Cannon. This car is pretty good. I've told everyone more than once. Choose an RV. First step, flip through your wallet. Take a look at how much money you'd like to spend on buying a car. This is very important, right? It doesn't matter whether you buy imported, domestically produced, Type B or Type C products. First, take a moment to think. I wonder how much money I should spend to buy a car. This is at least the first step. Of course, some people say this isn't even Leo's first step. The real first step is for both spouses to reach a mutual understanding. This is truly because, especially at the trade show, over the years, I've seen so many things. A married couple. Here, I really want to buy it, but over there, they're strongly against it. We still have many car enthusiast people who place deposits and sign contracts at our exhibition. Later, after returning home, parents or the two disagreed. We'll just refund the money to the person. At Langzhong, our guiding principle is that if this family bought an RV, they ordered one. Of course, the main members of the family have objections. Disagreeing, we don't want to either. Let people go buy this car. Buying a house itself is going to, having a great time, right? Supporting family happiness. As a result, I ended up buying this car. Over there, my wife said no buying, so we're not getting the deposit back on this one. Not good. So every time we encounter a user like this at the exhibition, we simply refund their money, right? Give it another try. You can go ahead and buy our product only if you reach an agreement. To be honest, a vehicle like the Shanghai Taoist Your budget must be ample, because in the current Chinese consumer market, where intense competition has led to declining purchasing power, you spend over 50 million W on a motorhome. It requires a certain level of financial strength, or rather, your household has ample financial resources, right? But buying a high-priced model like this still takes a fair amount of courage and determination. So, this depends on two factors. First, whether you're willing to buy and if you even have the means to do so. Such a large budget. The second one, as far as our manufacturer is concerned, we definitely will turn this car into something that's worth its price. A product like this has come out. So, therefore, the Shanghai Cannon will position this vehicle as China's first large-scale off-road pickup camper. This is our definition of this product. Why is it called China's first large-scale off-road pickup camper? Look, there are plenty of them right here. Adjective positioning word. The first large-scale off-road pickup truck. RV. Of course, we won't even discuss vehicles like the Mengshi, since their production volume is extremely low, just 8 or 10 units a year. Is it really worth counting? This mass-produced pickup truck RV can sell in large quantities each year. Mountain Sea Cannon. Of course, it's the only one based on a Class 2 chassis. The RV that was built, it truly is. It certainly is. What's left, as you can see, these pickup trucks from Chang'an, Datong, including our own Freedom Cannon, as well as those from Zhongqing and Foton. You actually haven't seen the 220 pickup. It has only the Shanghai Bao that's available. It has a very high carrying capacity. This is the first large scale. Why is off-roading called off-roading? All of our family's pickup campers are four-wheel drive models. Four-wheel drive with locking feature and workmanship quality. This is the standard configuration for all of our family's pickup campers. So the larger size is also pretty good. Someone said, Mr. Liu, your car is really great. I've driven it myself and even tried it out. Pretty comfortable. It's just a bit expensive. What makes it valuable? So tonight, I'll take advantage of this live stream. I can share with everyone essentially a manufacturing enterprise. Introducing a car. Its cost. How it is structured. How are the manufacturing costs structured for this product? And why is it expensive? Take our Shanghai dialect, for example. First, let me share a few points with everyone, starting with the first one. What you're seeing is the same chassis as the Shanghai Pao pickup truck you'd find at a Great Wall Motors dealership for a store. Not a product. This was developed separately. Not a product. The chassis is different, the configurations vary, many parameters differ, and even the chassis dimensions are not the same. Even its side mirrors are different. So, this car was developed entirely on its own. This is at. The development cost is in the thousands of W, but I only sell about 100 to 200 cars a year. Development costs are that high. My sales are that low. So, the shared costs per unit are extremely high. The chassis costs roughly twice as much as the cost of our Freedom Cannon chassis. So, naturally, what he sells is more expensive. This is one aspect of it. But some people say that, Mr. Liu, you'll sell more if you lower the price. We've done the math, and I've even listed out the functions. How much cheaper can I make it? And how much can he order? That debt can't be erased. We've all given up on calculating it. We even asked a math professor from Peking University to help us work it out. No way. This is the first place where costs are high. The second one, the cost of the travel and living section of the Shanghai Cannon is also high. It's definitely much taller than the Liberty Cannon. Because these two car models have different product positioning. First, let me walk you through the common elements shared by all layouts of our Shanghai Cannon. For example, the car's body shell. We use sandwich wall panels for our free cannons. Fiberglass. PS3 version, 3 GB version, sandwich, and our. We're using a sandwich for sunbathing. These four layers are made of aluminum sheets, composite panel, aluminum sheets, fiberboards, plywood and composite boards, fourth floor. Also, this car. The standard feature is armored paint. As everyone knows, I have a set of Central Asia 7, and I'm selling it overseas for 30,000, right? And it's a sandwich and it's made of aluminum foil. That makes a significant difference. Plus, my car features a double floor design, 2 Abasto fuel heaters, 3 ways to stay warm. The configurations inside are also different. So overall, it's gone down, and on top of that, manual procurement is also different. Overall, the car ends up being priced very high. This is the first type of cost structure I'm going to explain to you its direct material cost. The configurations are different. Let's go inside the car and take a look. This is a back entry layout. Our Zupop is also a backdoor entry, but the 2 layouts are completely different. Where is my phone? Here, FOTs. If anything, we might go ahead and do it. iPause. Hyper-Z, probably won't Hyper-Z, probably won't. Look at this now. The Tank 400 is here, and it's already a hit now. The Tank 500 is here, and it's officially Hippos. That car is a decoupled model. Its only model, the Hypo-Z, is particularly well suited for off-road conditions. Go to a place like the sand. It's another unpaved road this time with soft, sandy pavement. But it is a non-decoupled one. He is in what swampy, muddy mountain ravine resembles the old Palm Gully situation. Because Hubble T is better, Hubble C is a different case altogether. Harvard isn't really suitable for a recreational vehicle, and besides, there are no plans for it either. No plans. I think I saw on Xiao Hongshu that there's a new model for uphill and downhill sections, right? I guess so. We've filmed quite a few videos. High-performance cannons come in 2.4 versions, as well as 2 versions. Tonight, you're incredibly lucky to be in my live stream. Let me give you a replay of some highlights from our RV manufacturing industry. It's hardly a secret, either. It's our RV manufacturing company. Some practical aspects of internal operations. I'll tell you all about it, so everyone else knows too. How is this RV built? And where exactly does its cost come from? By the way, let me drop some little insider info for you. You should also get a chance to learn about our RV, how we build the Langdong RV, exactly. What kinds of problems will you encounter during the process? 3 products starting with the material cost of the first one. The first artificial cost. The third tax and fee. Do you understand? You've purchased our car from Lanzhou. We need to buy a lot of materials, right? Sheet material, sofa, sponge appliances. This is the material cost we paid when we bought it. Then we'll sell it back to you, possibly adding a bit of extra cost, plus labor fees. This is my car. My team, to put it generously, includes everyone from the CEO and owners down to sales, R&D, and even the production workers, right? All these labor costs are included. Of course, that's part of the cost, so what about the other part? You pay people their wages, right? Employees, for example, I injured my foot during the production process, right? He needs to go and recharge. This will result in additional costs. There are girls, right? The lady might need to. She's had the baby though she can't go to work during this period. We should definitely provide some support, right? A fixed amount of financial assistance, after all, is essentially part of our labor costs. There are also marketing costs. Most people don't realize how much more self-media has grown in the past 2 years, but let me share a piece of data with you. 3 to 5 years ago, we had many. Textile companies are all investing in BD, Baidu search. We have each and every one of them. We're running ads on that platform. Do you know the cost per vehicle when each car is sold? Probably speaking, 7K, 7,000 yuan. We're on the lookout. Invest 7,000 yuan. It usually takes almost reaching the deal price to close a sale. Even more. Later, why did we gradually stop doing it? Because he needed to reach over 10,000. The exhibition is even less worth mentioning. Our shipping fees. Traveling now, all our RVs are transported at 0 kilometers. Just set it up and move it over. No mileage. 0 kilometer transportation. My free shot costs 3.5 yuan per kilometer. In Shanghai, it costs 5.5 yuan to run 1 kilometer, I can tell you that. A rickshaw costs 5.5 yuan for a 1 kilometer ride. This cannon costs 3.5 yuan per kilometer. Then travel expenses, accommodation costs. Wait a minute, let me tell you something for inside the car. I took your 55 grand now. That money didn't all end up in my pocket, guys. Inside here, roughly 10 to 20% is tax. We need to remit this to the National Treasury. So, it's all about tweaking and adjusting here and there. You asked how much profit there could be. This is the second category of costs: labor, materials, taxes, and marketing. There's also another type of cost. These types of costs. It's sum, process, costing. It's inevitable. Why it's inevitable? Let me give you an example, something no other company has ever shared with you. For example, for whatever reason, the guy with the wall panel, the wall panels for mine were carved by us. Everyone is welcome to visit our workshop to see the engraving machine. Just lay this wall panel flat on a workbench. After the robotic arm arrived, it was simply taken out right away. None of our accessories can be produced without 100% fully qualified. It's always there. Various reasons led to the mistake. For example, because our employee misread the drawing, I gave the wrong knife, it is broken. Alternatively, the drawings may be incorrect. Peering through the window, the dimensions were cut incorrectly. Gave one, a size that cannot be used for any vehicle model. This wall panel is completely broken. It just stops working. Time was also wasted. And the wall ended up getting damaged, so the cost for the wall is roughly 700 yuan. It just broke. Many users also said, Mr. Leo, I love this kind of fabric. I like boards like yours. Alright, we're getting closer. You're just placing a special order for a car. But when we buy raw materials, you can't exactly say you're buying just the raw materials for this one car. Many suppliers won't even share that information with you. Like, for instance, the color of the sheet metal. You want a 3-meter one. The supplier said, I only sell this product by the full roll, 50 meters per roll. Do you want one? We can only buy 50 meters, but you purchased just 3 meters, right? I'll take 3 meters of your money. We're already at a loss. If I charge by the 50-meter mark, you won't agree. What should I do? We can only hope that after making the purchase, more users will still choose the item you've selected. However, if the user later decides not to proceed, this item will become stagnant inventory, hogging your funds. Over time, it might have an expiration date. This thing is now useless, it can't be used anymore. So, you're like having many of our lunjongs in there. What about paint, consumables, tape, fabric, sponge, and more? A lot of things. You can't guarantee that everything you've gathered will make it perfectly onto the vehicle. There is always some waste. And there'll always be items that expire along the way. There's always a misstep. There are always bumps and scrapes. These costs, ultimately, it's all about get inside this car. Sales to our users. To be honest, that's really how he is. Is that right? So, when everyone sees that our car is selling for such a high price, actually, there are various costs involved here. Of course, there's also a part we haven't covered: after-sales service, right? And there's after-sales service, too. So, here's where. How did we arrive at this cost? As I just mentioned with an example, this car was produced. He often makes mistakes. This isn't about airing dirty laundry. Actually, every business is like this. The objects were carved incorrectly. Or rather, during the production process, or even during transportation, accidentally scratching the means you can't proceed, right? You can't do anything about it. There is just no other choice. Either the user accepts the discounted treatment, or else it's a matter of disassembling and reinstalling. In many such cases, these are all costs. I think most companies, the female streamer isn't sharing any of this with you. She doesn't even know about it herself. But Lao Leo is your minus. I consider you all like family. So let me explain this to you properly. It truly is made up of various ingredients. But take our Shanghai Canon car, for example. I'm selling it to you, but I can't guarantee it won't have any issues. As long as it's a car, there's bound to be something wrong, though, of course. The nature of these issues varies. It's a matter of more or less, early or late. If you were to build this car, mass-produced issues, problems arise as soon as you buy the car. That shouldn't happen. But this car might have some issues. So many of our rational users, Lao Leo, you always tell me this one sentence. I'll buy your car. First, they're impressed by your brand. Second, they're impressed by you as a person. I'm not afraid of the car breaking down. I am just worried about you guys having problems. I'm particularly moved. So, many of our users have also been complaining, especially in the middle of the night, that their fuel and gas are being topped off. Heating stopped working, or rather, the control screen no longer lights up. Users are very anxious when this happens. We're answering user calls right in our beds while users are out there braving the freezing cold, aren't they? It's well below freezing, around minus 10 degrees Celsius. The user's car doesn't have heating, right? And you're still complaining that users call you in the middle of the night. But just think about how the user would feel, so putting yourself in their shoes and understanding each other really matters. We've continuously improved this car generation after generation. 50% of that progress was achieved right here. Even more than 70% of the credit goes to feedback from our users. So I'm in many live streaming rooms. I've often mentioned this many times in my live streams. I especially thank the users who purchased our Freedom Cannon in 2021 and 2022. They bought it early. They paid a high price. They bought a low-spec configuration. They got too many problems. But these thousands of cycling enthusiasts have quietly and anonymously supported us. Our Freedom Cannon has been iteratively refined through generations, leading to our brand new, cutting-edge Freedom Cannon. It's that time again. Shanghai is tapping into many of our emotions and opinions. They all stem from our earlier days. We're truly grateful for the feedback we've received from our selfless Free Cannon community members. Thank you so much. So, everyone, don't hold back with old Leo. What car would you like to buy? Do you have any ideas? Even though you told us. I told you I can't guarantee I'll be able to fulfill your request, but I'll do my best to make it happen. Do your best to strive for it. Alright, let's turn back. I've said so much. It's useless and a complete mess. Let us talk about this car again. This car is the large off-road pickup camper, has a maximum total weight of 4.5 tons. What else the big deal? Shanghai or effort. That car is a camping vehicle. You see. Transporting grain. I also spotted President Zhu from Yunliang's car. It is from our Beijing Langfeng area. Why isn't his car being marketed as a motorhome? It just doesn't meet the requirements. That means that car is really good. That car is pretty good. But I'm not blaming everyone. When it comes to buying an RV, I understand you feel torn, wanting both the freedom and the practicality of having one. Actually, from our company's perspective, we need to operate legally, reasonably, and in full compliance with regulations. You know what? We're contradictory. Why are our technical engineers particularly reluctant to engage in conversation with users? Many of our longtime users have spotted me. We're all pretty old Leo now. I'm looking for your tech team. Minister Wang is going. I'll ask you guys to pay the workers. They're being really rude to me, because I know them well. Actually, I don't know. There's a certain dynamic between R&D personnel and users. For those unable to communicate verbally, they think about problems in terms of binary, and we speak human language. So there are many issues. Know what? Communication is still pretty challenging. Go ahead and address that issue. After making the changes, will you still be able to obtain the RV registration document? That's a small specialized utility vehicle. Annual inspection with a mandatory retirement age. Just say it like that. We've ridden in that car before. And those types of vehicles often have issues getting registered at the vehicle administration offices in many places. Sometimes, when it's hot, it's really troublesome not to register the license plate for you when you're in a bad mood. You said I didn't look just now. No thanks. It's this car's. Have a look. Does anyone know friends who are particularly familiar with Livezone RVs? You can count how many models our family's product lineup actually includes right now. But judging from this statement, the 24 models of the Freedom Cannon, our 24 models of the Free Cannon are still available for purchase. Although we've just launched 25 brand new models, many people still prefer the 24 models because of their excellent value for money. 24 models available with diesel and gasoline options. There's the A layout and there's the C layout. Having no choice but to give thanks. This is the gratitude version, right? Diesel, gasoline A isn't urgent, C isn't urgent, D isn't urgent. How many models are there? 6 models. Then we also have the haute couture cannon. We have custom-made cannons available in diesel and gasoline versions. There's a layout and C layout. These are the several models for, in total, right? And then we still need to do the roof raising. We have the Bedrock Edition for the roof, available in diesel and gasoline options. Then there's the single-row upright conversion and the double-row elevated conversion available in both diesel and gasoline options. Then we also have the custom-made trail running version. Then we also have Shanghainese. There are 2 models inside the single-eye cannon, a non-extended version and an extended version, plus one more a premium single-eye Canon Pro model. There are plenty of products. I'll explain to everyone once we reopen. We have a lot of stagnant inventory. Many of our stagnant materials are due to procurement by a single user. To customize this car, we've sourced a batch of materials, then just left it there. Yes, to be honest, our automotive products, to be honest, not as good as Space Shuttle, Spaceship. It is available, weightlifting with 4 pillars. We can't even make the 4 corners of his top plate exactly the same. Telling you this feels a bit irresponsible. Does it affect how you use it? Right now, how fast or slow is it moving up and down? If it significantly affects usability, it needs repair. If we're talking about just a slight something during the lifting or lowering process, a couple of seconds of slight misalignment, no big deal, because as far as I know, among similar products in China, this type of product is pretty much on par with the rest. It's pretty much always like this. 26. Coordination. No problem. Let me take a look. This is 26560-218S. What did he order? Just take a look from afar. Keep a good distance behind this vehicle. This spacing is still perfectly fine. I mention this tire issue every time I go live. Let us chat about it again tonight. Tires. This thing, is he coordinated or not? One is visible to the naked eye. Take a look at the first one. There are many pickup campers and plenty of other vehicle models as well. It's the wheel arch, depending on the tire's position, quite different. The tires are positioned far inward, while the wheel arches protrude outward. It shows that their wheelbase is very narrow. First, it looks inconsistent. Second, it could potentially affect the vehicle's center of gravity and stability. Driving stability. You see, the wheel arches of my car and this car's tires. Just a centimeter or 2 more, almost perfectly aligned. So it's very harmonious. There's no problem with that. And this size is also okay. He won't rush in there. Wheel hub cover. Neither will I. This is another one, and there are many more users. After driving for a while, you'll switch this tire to an A tire. The desk looks even better when paired together. More coordinated. I'm just saying, I didn't guide you. Let me explain it to you this way. The first 2 days, I ran into a fellow cyclist. We call him that cyclist. He switched to a 285 tire. Switched 285 times back and forth. Right, at the 2 sessions in Beijing. I'm not very familiar with my cycling buddies. He knows me. I said you switched to 285 tires. Our car is turning. Any questions? He said there are none. He said there's no problem. I asked, are you sure everything's okay? It's definitely okay. You're saying our words won't even get out. I'm just bringing you this message. He switched to 285 tires. This is the first time I've heard of any of our car enthusiasts opting for 285S. Put this at as the free Canon. He said there's no problem. We have fellow car enthusiasts among our free Canon community. Switch to gluten-free wheels. Very few, though, among our Beijing car enthusiasts. There are quite a few, because back then, the configuration of our Beijing vehicle simply couldn't compare to the Freedom Canon, of course. The Windrunner C7 was, in that era. rock solid.
按理有的人
Dear
说了
me,
啊，
it's just that this
那个
aspect
这
is
是
more
违法的，
challenging
改
than
装车
that.
不够专业
Back
的话，
then,
还不
the
如原厂
Fengjun
装。
C7 just didn't have the same width as the free
是的，
gun.
是的，我也
There's
不
no
太同意
lithium battery,
啊，我也不
and
太
there's
建议。
no automatic transmission either. So,
朴实无
therefore,
华的老
this
刘，
freaking
请问
everything.
自由炮暖风
Rebuild
暖
the
水的油耗
lithium
怎么样？
battery
第一个，
yourself
油
and
耗不
widen
是
the
特别高，
tires
但是
yourself.
一晚上
Many riders have
花
swapped
你
to
10来几
wider
块钱
tires
应该也是
and
有。
even upgraded to
我
replica
给大家
wheel
说一下
hubs.
啊，房
Theoretically
车用燃油
speaking,
加热器来
negative
获得
value
热
wheel
水
hub it.
和
Its primary
暖
function
气，
is more about
不完全
widened.
是出
Then the
于
wheel arches
它
look
比较
great
经
with
济
the
这样考
tires.
量，而是说
However,
它比较
many
方
people
便，它比较
also
稳
say
定，
that
这
adding
是
a
我的观点。
duplicate keel does carry certain risks and
啊，
safety
用
concerns.
燃油加热
I'm not
器供电
particularly
取暖
familiar
和
with this,
获得热
and
水，
I'm not
它是比较
exactly an
方便的。
expert. From my
为什么这么
personal
说呢？
perspective, the
房车里
Freedom
边哪
Cannon
种能
series,
源是最
it's
不方
not
便获得的？
necessary.
就是电，
There's no need to be
对吧？
particularly few.
水
Just
是比较
switch
好
to
获得的，
copying characters.
电
The off-road
比
vehicle
较
has
慢，
once again switched to
不
replica
方便，
wheels.
是
Off-road
吧？
vehicle
油也是
upgrades
比较
to
好获得的，
spoke-style
就是在
wheels.
油、
It's all
水、
about
电、
style.
气
Thigh flicked
这
upward.
4种能
Looks
源
good,
材料里边
doesn't it?
啊，
It drives pretty
电是来
steadily,
的最不
too.
方便的。
But
所以
you
说，
remembered the
不管
copied
它
wheel
成
hub it
本
has
高
been
低，
altered to some extent.
一晚上你
This
消耗
car's
多少
front
钱，
and
这
rear
个我们先不
axles,
说。
wheel
就说
hubs
便利
and
性来讲的
tires.
话，
This
电
kind of
最难获
connection
得，
between
那
the
我们就
axle
尽可
and
能
the
多的
tire,
保留
the
电，
hard structure
油
and strength of this
和
design are what make it
水
stand
最
out.
容易获
It
得。
is undergoing change.
那我们就尽可
So,
能的
it's
多
not
用
highly
油、多用
recommended.
水、多
I
用气儿，
personally
对吧？
think that. Not
房
highly
车里边我们
recommended.
为什么
This
燃油
thing
房车
is
为什
just
么这么
like
多年
saying
以来
something.
一
It's
直在用
essentially
油
eating
来供
beetle
暖供
nuts
水的？因为
one
油比较
after
方便。
another. Many
只
people
要你
enjoy
油箱里
chewing
边有
beetle
油，
nuts.
那
Someone
用
said
油来
this
产生
thing.
热量，
Poor oral
来供
health.
供暖风、
Just
产
know
生
when
热
to
水，
stop like
那我
you
们就比较
do.
方便。
Can't be
你要是
too
用
big
电
or
的话，你就
excessive.
会发现你每
Actually,
天
do
会
we
多
have
进
this
电的。
question in our live
这
stream
是
room?
这就是我们为
Is
什么
there
这样
anyone in our
而
live
不光是
stream
说
who
用
drives a
油的
car
便宜，
equipped with
不
a
光是这
free
一
flow
是方便。
exhaust? To be honest, I'm speaking from personal experience on this one. If you have warm air running during winter, and also use hot water,
如果说
you'll
为啥
likely
我感
burn
觉
through
是
about
电
2 to 4 liters
好
of
获得，
fuel
水
at
不好
most
获
in
得
a
因为
single
你走的
night.
路程远，走
Usage
的路程
guidelines.
简
It's
单，
related.
你没有
It's
长期
like
出行旅
saying this
行，
car. How much fuel does it take to drive on the
电是比较
highway?
难的。你比如
Fuel
说你有一个
consumption
10
on
你
the
赶上高
highway
速服务
also
区里边，你
depends
根
on
本就
your
抢不
speed.
上电。
You are
你
flat,
跟那些
you
温
are
烧里
the
的车主，你抢
expressway
电你
across
抢不
the
着，
plains,
对吧？
and you're also
你
the
到了四川那个地
expressway
方，
winding
一
through the
年300天
mountains.
没有太
Are
阳，
you
太
going
阳能板根
100
本就不
miles
灵，
per hour,
对吧？
120
那你
miles
就
per
电就
hour,
很金
or
贵。
130
水
miles per
太
hour?
好说了，那
You
服务
know,
区都有水，
logically speaking,
对吧？
some people
油
have
加
said
油也方
this
便
is illegal, and if modifying the car isn't done professionally, it's better off staying in its
朴实
original
无华的
factory
老油，
condition.
换
Yes,
NT 碳
I
的
don't
话，
quite
车
agree
检会
either.
有影响。
I don't really
有些
recommend it
用户的
either.
问题啊，我
Simple
要给
and
你们一个实
unassuming
打实的答案
Lao
的话，
could you
有
please
点
tell
违
me
规。
how much fuel the
但
free-flowing
是我
warm
还要
air
说
and
啊，
hot
这个
water
你要换
system
一台去
consumes?
检的话呢，
First,
第一个我
1.
们的房车
Fuel
到第6
consumption
年才检，
isn't
说
particularly
你前
high,
5年，
but it
就你
lasts
真正
all
到了第
night.
6年，你把它
You
换回来去
probably
检
have
的话，也不
around
太麻
10 to
烦。
a few
这第一
bucks
个，
lying
第二个的
around.
话呢，就是
Let me explain
这
to
个东西呢，
everyone.
弹
RVs
性比较
use
大，
fuel-powered
相对来说是
heaters
比较
to
宽
get
松的。
hot water
但是
and
话又说回来，
heating.
我们
Not
用车
entirely,
尽可能要
because
合规合法
he,
去用，
it's not
这是
about
我提
making a
倡的啊。
comparison
我
based
不
on
提倡大
cost,
家去
but
钻
rather,
什么空子去，
it's more
好吧？
convenient and
游
it's
戏
more
的你懂得
stable.
就行了。
This is
你问
my
的我太
opinion.
具体的话，我
Use a
不好给
fuel
你回
heater
答
to
太具
stay
体。
warm and get hot water in winter. It's quite convenient. Why do you say that? Which type of energy is the most difficult to obtain
小叔
inside
说，
an
叔说
RV? It's
我老找不到
electricity,
价值的地方。
right? Water is relatively easy to
你
obtain.
不对，你
Electricity,
服务区里边
it's relatively
现在
slow.
高速服务区
Inconvenient,
前面是小车，
right?
后边是大
Oil
车，
is also
你往后绕
relatively
去。
easy to obtain available in
如果说
oil, water, electricity, and more. Among these for energy materials, electricity is the most inconvenient. So, therefore, no matter how high or low its cost is, let's not talk about how much you spent for the whole night right now. Speaking in terms of convenience, electricity is the hardest to obtain, so we're preserving as much of it as possible. There is, and water is the easiest to obtain. We use as much oil, water, and gas as possible, right? Why have we been lounging around in the RV for so many years? We've always used oil for heating and water supply, because it's more convenient. As long as you have fuel in the tank, use it to generate heat. Heating air provides hot water. Will be more convenient. If you rely on electricity, you'll find yourself constantly struggling to make ends meet each day. That's why we use fuel and gas. But it's not just about saying affordable, oil-free. It's not just this one thing that's convenient. That's me asking why I feel like it's electricity. It's easy to get water, but hard to obtain, depending on how far you've traveled. Simple. You haven't been traveling long-term lately. Electricity can be tricky, for example, if you're traveling during holidays like May Day or National Day, and happen to stop at a highway service area, you might simply have no chance of finding a charging spot. You're going to go compete with those Wei Xiaoli owners for the electricity, but you won't succeed, right? You've arrived in that place in Sichuan. 300,000 days a year without sunlight, your solar panels simply don't work at all, right? You're really precious. Water is so easy to get every service area, has it, right? Cheering is also convenient. Honest and unassuming, Lao Liu. Will changing the tires affect the vehicle inspection? Some users have questions, and if I'm going to give you a straightforward answer, here it is. Slightly. But I still have to say that if you want to switch to ADCI for editing, our RV didn't get inspected until its 6th year. For example, your first 5 years, you're already in your 6th year. Returning it to offset the deduction wouldn't be too much trouble either. That's the first thing. The second one, then, this thing. It has relatively high elasticity, and is comparatively loose. But then again, we should always use our vehicles in a way that's as compliant and legal as possible. This is what I advocate. I don't encourage anyone to look for loopholes. Alright, some things you just need to know. If your question is too specific, I'd find it difficult to give you a very detailed answer. Uncle Xiao Shu says, I just can't seem to find where the value lies. You're wrong. You're inside the service area. Right now, there are small cars in front of the highway service area, and larger vehicles behind them. Go around to the back. If the spot where he's supposed to add water isn't accessible for direct car refilling, it'll be a real hassle, won't it? Just grab a bucket of water and head over there to do it. There's definitely water. Now, there are water pipes installed along the entire back half of the service area. It's just the positioning and shape of this heating tube. Just different. You saw it, especially in the late hours of the night. That service area is at the back full of big rigs camping there. Warm air heating is completely safe there, as not even a hint of a safety risk. Peace and joy. Both our Free Cannon and our Shanghai Cannon are 2.5-ton models. Our single eyelids cyclical. My 2024 Freedom Cannon and Shanghai Cannon both weigh 2.5 tons. But my brand new Freedom Cannon comes in at 3 tons. That's enough. Now basically you just want to. When it comes to towing, you wouldn't typically pull a particularly heavy trailer after all. Shandong exports plenty of trailers to Australia and the US. I've asked them. They typically tow trailers weighing 2.7 tons, which is considered quite heavy. If you're towing a European-style trailer, it usually won't exceed 1.6 tons. It won't exceed 1.6 tons. There are still many fellow riders. It's not a towable RV. Instead, it will pull a trailer-equipped cart, and an UTV will be loaded onto the cart. I loaded up a few motorcycles. That's much lighter, about a few hundred kilograms for a hand cart. While a large motorcycle weighs roughly around 300 kilograms, two motorcycles totaling no more than 700 to 700 plus kilograms at most. There's no problem with that. We have sufficient qualifications for business expansion. Sure, I was just talking for a while about travel trailers, right? Didn't I already say? A2, 7-ton travel trailer, like those from the Austrian or American styles, is considered quite large. Ochi's travel trailers typically weigh 1.6 tons. Don't make it too long, just stretch it a bit over for meters. You drive a motorhome and tow another one, perfect for your family of 5 when you hit the road. A family of 5 and a family of 6 head out together. Very convenient. Small trailer versus large RV. Comfortable space required. Much better, because a trailer doesn't have an engine, no transmission. He has such a big box it has practically our entire living space, so it's pretty comfortable and great. Is there anything else we've missed? None. I've noticed this issue almost every time during the live stream. This issue will be discussed in every city. I didn't mention this car model during the previous in-home visit, so let me walk you through it again. The vehicle we've expanded. The model we're expanding with the Shanghai Cannon features a center opening door. This spot is the door. The vehicle above hasn't been expanded yet. If you're looking to buy an expandable one, go for the center opening model. We simply can't meet the demands for having it both ways. It's equivalent to saying, over here is ABCD, and over there is 1234. When arranged and combined with each other, the matrix becomes overwhelmingly complex, something we simply can't handle. The Shanbao Ho is the model that's been selling particularly well over the past few months. Why does everyone particularly love its layout? Transparent. It's especially airy and bright inside. Large kitchen, large living room, large bed, large bathroom. Let me walk you through this car from the outside in. The biggest feature of this car is that it has two large kitchens. It's extra large on the inside and big enough on the outside. Check it out. To be honest, let's put it a bit exaggeratedly, this door is comparable to the front doors of many Japanese inns. Such a big door. There's plenty of storage space. Right below is a diesel stove. See that? This is a wood-burning stove. What's the biggest advantage of a diesel stove? It's that no need to add fuel during regular daily use. As long as you have diesel in your tank, it can cook food. These are the benefits of a wood-burning stove. You can now store your belongings in these 4 levels of space. This is something on its exterior. And our car supports AC fast charging, DC slow charging, AC slow charging, and DC fast charging, as well as an electric fuel filler and a gravity-based water inlet. 2 forks, 2 mouths. It comes with an electric awning, 4 layer wall panels, ceiling wall panels. Raptor armored vehicle with a rear opening design and 2 levels of electric steps. We stepped right into the car. This is an oversized Mucha backpack. And the Mucha backpack serves 2 purposes. The first one, we place the spare tire right here down below, and on both sides, and also left some extra storage space. I didn't take the key. This is the storage space. At the same time, this car also has a unique design. The styling is great. And user said OVO-based Beatus. It doesn't hold much after all. It's ours. We place even greater emphasis on the aesthetic appeal of its design. If you think this look, if you're more focused on practicality, you can choose one. That works too. A freestanding stainless steel storage box is also perfectly fine. Another benefit of the spare tire is, during driving or when vehicles are in motion, if a rear-end collision occurs, it can also serve as a certain buffering effect. That's no problem. Rear. This is a square mouth decoupling interface. Our vehicle can easily tow a 2.5-ton travel trailer. He is legally qualified for this. I'll tell you again once we're inside the car. Remember, I didn't explain it to everyone while we were still in the vehicle, did I? Then, there are 2 steps leading up to the door, which you climb one by one. Get into the car. Feels spacious and bright. Compared to pickup campers from other brands, the Shanghai Pao clearly has a significant advantage. Its space feels instantly more open and airy. Let's not compare our house to others, let us just compare it to ourselves. Compared to the Free Cannon, the space is definitely different. There isn't much space like this in the set, right? Pacing back and forth in here, right? The living room is the living room. The kitchen is the kitchen. There is even a hallway in between, though. Only the Shanghai Cannon can achieve this. So, the space is pretty spacious. Now this is a place I often talk about with everyone. Mountain Sea Cannon RV. He's using an adjective, namely, for elements are empty. This forehead bed is quite large. I demonstrated it for everyone last night. And someone even asked, Lao Leo, can this bed actually be adjusted to a fully upright sitting position? It's okay. Let's take a look. We spend 1/3 of the year and 1/3 of each day in bed. The bed is important, so I often tell everyone about buying an RV. Besides the brand's pricing strategy for vehicle models, if you want to pay attention to the sense of space here, You absolutely
大家不
have
要
to
觉得
pay
我们这个车
attention to
很
the
高大
bed.
很笨重。
Why?
您记住了，
If you're not
它
getting
虽
enough
然
rest
看起来
while
很高大，
traveling in
其
your
实是一个
RV,
空壳，
you
重
definitely
心
won't have
全
a
部在
good
地板
time
以
and
下。
your experience certainly
你包括
won't be
你看这
top
个地方，
notch. So this
座椅
bed
下面
is
镂空
especially
的，这里边
important.
是可以放东西。
So, the bed.
啊，
Isn't a
这
good
都
bed
是
the
空的。
ultimate indicator?
双层地
We're
板，
checking out
电
mattresses
器
at
重要
home.
的元件呢，
When it
全部在
comes
地
to
板下边。所以说
motorhomes,
这个它
we
重心
mainly
高
look
度
at
非
their
常低，
size.
只有1.2
The
米。
most notable metric in terms of size
1.2
is whether you can sit up
200升的
straight.
行李箱
You
足够大了，
see,
不要跟我
one
再提
upper
这个。
eyelid can achieve
200
this
升足够
much,
大，看卫生
right?
间
I can sit up straight, bathroom.
也是特大啊。
It's also
200
extremely
斤的大
large.
胖子，你在这里边睡洗澡，
Calling him
没
a
问题。
200-pound big
你
guy.
看我这么个小叮咚的人站
You
在这
can
里边，
sleep and take a
那
bath
显
in
得
here
我在
no
这里边
problem.
很纤
See?
细，
Here I stand,
空间
such a
蛮大，
petite and
双地
delicate
漏设
person.
计，有暖
That
风。
makes me seem
这
so
边呢还有个散热
delicate
器。
here, right? The
有用
space
户跟我
is
强烈
quite
建议刘
large.
总建议把这
Dual
散热
floor
器做
drain
小了，为什么
design
太
with
热？
warm air. There's also
冬
a
天
radiator
如
over
果说
here.
您到了一个
A
极
user
冷的地方
strongly
去，
suggested to
您
me
觉
that
得室内
General
温度不
Leo
高的话，
consider
建议你可
making
以
the
把这个空间
radiator
关掉。
smaller apparently.
这
It's
个
getting
这个
too
散热
hot.
器相当
In
跟我们
winter,
家一
if
样。
you happen to visit
你
those
想想您
extremely
家里
cold
边
places, if you
最
think
小
the
的卧
indoor
室
temperature
也得
isn't
比
warm
咱房
enough,
子大，
I
对
recommend
吧？
you open the
你
bathroom
看
door.
这个卫生
This
间，
radiator is
它一个屏
seriously
幕
impressive
用这一个
just
散热
like the
器
one
温
in
度
our
足够好。
home. Just
洗点
think
衣
about
服、
your
秋衣
home.
秋裤搭在
Even
这
the
个上面，
smallest bedroom
不用
has to
等
be
到
bigger
第二
than
天
our
2个
RV,
小时它就
right?
干。
Look, this
很舒服。
bathroom is only 1
所以
square
说呢，上
meter.
海炮呢，它
This
光
single
是一个大
radiator
型越野
provides
房
more
车，
than enough
它
cooling
的超大
performance.
空间和
Wash
超大
some
承
clothes,
载给你
place the
带来
autumn
了极
tops
大的
and
舒适
pants
性。
right on top of this.
这就回到
You
了我
don't
们
have to wait
最
until
原始的一个
tomorrow
问
it
题。有人
dries
问
in
了
just 2
啊，
hours.
自
Very
由炮和
comfortable.
山岸炮如果去
So,
越野的
the
话，那个
Shanghai
更好一点。
Cannon isn't just a
单
large
从配置
off-road
上来
pickup
讲的
truck
话呢，这
camper,
两个
it
都
has
相
so
当
much
强悍。
more. Its
4
extra
驱
large
带
space
锁，
and
而且
exceptional
山岸
load
炮呢是
capacity
2.4T 的动
deliver
力，
ultimate
还有
comfort.
M-Lock 的
This
电动刹
brings
车模
us
式
back to our
啊，挺厉害
the。most
但是
basic
呢，山岸炮
question
毕竟
someone
是重
actually
量比
asked
碎
it.
块要大，
Free
尺寸
artillery
也
and
比碎块大，
mountain
但
guns
灵活
perform
度
even
相对来
better
说
when used
要小一点。
off-road. In
总
terms
而
of
言之一句话，
specifications
我
alone,
们买
both
房
of
车
these are quite
不是单
powerful.
纯为越野，
Four-wheel
但是
drive.
我们买房
But
车到了那些极难走
moreover,
的
the
路段，
Shanghai
山
Cannon
海
is
炮
powered
和
by
自
a
由炮
2.4
绝对
tons
不会把
engine.
你落下。
Long-look
只要你有
transmission
足够的
modes.
胆量、
Pretty
胆量和
impressive.
足够的驾驶，
However,
这个车
the Shanghai
一定不会
Cannon
掉
is
链子。
still heavier than
这
the
是
Free
肯定，这
Cannon.
是可以肯
It's
定的
also
啊。
larger in size compared to the
除了这
liberalized
个后舱
version,
门布局
but
之
its
外的话呢，就
flexibility
是
is
我
relatively
们中
higher.
看门，我们
Make it
我们的
smaller.
侧坐展，它
In a
的基本配
nutshell,
置是一样的，
we're
只不
buying
过
an
是布局
RV.
不同
It's
而已。
not just for
还有我们
off-roading,
一款
but
山
once
海
we
炮的
bought the
Pro 版本是一个
RV,
圆额
we ended
头，
up
大
on
家
those
可以从我们视
incredibly
频里面可
tough
以看
road
一下。
sections.
这两天呢，
Mountain
那
Sea
个车也没
Cannon
有
and
样车。
Freedom Cannon
如果大家
will
想订的话
definitely
呢，是
never
可
leave you
以去
behind,
看一下我们
as
以往
long
视
as you
频。
have enough courage
看一看
and the right
啊。
attitude. This car
好了，广告时间
definitely
了。
won't let you
云
down.
贵川渝的
This
朋友
is
们，
certain.
我郑重的再
Apart
提
from
醒
the
你们一
back
下
door
啊，
layout
明
approach,
天成
we
都的
open the
房车
door
展
on
还
our
是最
side. Its
后一
basic
天。
configuration
如果说你
remains
们
the
想
same.
看展，把
It's
同
just
一
the
时间、
layout that
同一地
differs.
点、同一空
There's
间里
also
边
our
看
Shanghai
到不
Cannon
同
Pro
品牌的房
version,
车，
which
你要
features
到
a
成都
rounded
去
front
体验
and
它所
check
有
it
的。
out in our video.
华北地区
There
的
are
朋友
no
们，如果说
prototype
你想
vehicles
在春
available
节以
these
前
past
入
2
手一台
days.
房车，带着
If
家
you'd
人们
like,
去
feel free
海
to
南过
check
大
out our
年，现
previous
在就得考
videos.
虑了。
Take a look.
就刚才像大
It's
漠那位
time
朋
for
友
the
所讲的，
commercial
你
break.
到春节再
Friends
入手，
from
不
Yunnan,
见得那会儿就有
Guizhou,
车呀。
Sichuan, and Chongqing, let me
我再来给
kindly
大家一个
remind
建
you
议，
once
如
again.
果说你想春
Tomorrow
节
is the
过年去
final
玩
day
车
of
的
the
话，我
Chengdu
建议
RV
您在
show.
腊月
If you're
初
thinking
就
of
入手
visiting
买。
the exhibition
为
at
什
the
么？
same time,
腊月初买
in
了
the
之后
same
呢，
place place
对这个
and
车做
within the
一个
same
基本
space.
的了解，
Seeing
基
RVs
本的
from
摸
different
底，
brands. You're
体验一下
heading
这
to
个
Chengdu
家庭感
tomorrow.
觉，找
Is
一
your
下
last day
驾驶
there?
的感受，
Friends in North
然后呢，
China,
置办一
if
些
you've
房车必
managed to
要
get
的
yourself a
用品，
recreational vehicle
在您
before
家
the
周
Spring
边做一
Festival,
个短
why
期
not
的
take
试
your
乘试
families
驾
on
的
a
这样一个
trip?
感受，
Hainan's
然后到
Spring
春节
Festival
正
is
式
just around the
不
corner
要说
time
我
to start planning
我
now.
过年放
Just
假，
now,
我买
as
了
the
车就走。
friend from the
我觉得
desert
你这个
mentioned
车不熟的
earlier,
话呢，你
you
还是
might
没
as
法
well
驾驭
wait
它的。
until after
所
the
以说
Spring
提前1个
Festival.
月
There
入
is
手。
no
您提前
guarantee
1个
you'll
月
have a
入
car
手，
by then,
我不管你买的
right?
是我们揽中的
I
还是
have
廉
a
价
piece of
那
advice
不一定
for
有您这个
everyone here. If
不一
you're
定，
planning to
是
hit
吧？
the road for a
你
New
万一说
Year's
您想
holiday
买，人家说
drive,
没有这个车，
I'd
你等
recommend
吧，
heading
过两
out
天
in
放
early
假了，
December. Just
就
go
就
ahead
不合
and
适
buy it.
啊。而且
Why?
过年对我
Bought
们
it
中国
in
人来
early
讲，它特别
December.
重要，
A
是
basic
吧？过年这个
understanding
东
of
西呢，
this
就是
car.
团聚，
Basic
是
assessment.
吧？这个喜
Experience
庆，
the driving
然
and
后呢，
riding feel of
游
this car.
玩、
Discover what
出
it's
游，
like to
是
take the
吧？这
wheel.
是很重要
Then
的几
get
个
some
关键词。
essential
那
RV
么如果说
supplies.
您想买房车，
Supplies.
这个节奏
A
你一定要
short test
把
drive
控好
experience
啊，一定要
around
把
your
控好。
neighborhood.
咱们国家每
Don't
年
you
房车
dare
销
say
售
me.
房车销售
After
量
the
那么
New
几
Year
万的，第
holiday
一个
ends,
是每年的
I'll
3
head
月
out
份
as soon as
就
I
开春
finish buying my car.
啊，这是第
I
一个话
think if
题。
you're not
第二个
familiar
话题
with
呢
this
是
car,
6月
you
份，
still
为
won't
什么
be
呀？
able to handle
孩子
it.
们
So, you should get it a month in advance. You secured it a month in advance whether you bought our Lengzhong model or a brand from someone else. They might not even have your exact car in stock. Not necessarily, right? Just in case you mention you'd like to buy it, they might say, we don't have that car right now, wait until we're off work for a couple of days. It's just not appropriate. Moreover, the Spring Festival is especially important for us Chinese. Right? The whole idea of celebrating the New Year, reunion, right? Festive, then, playing around, oiling out, right? These are some really important keywords. So, if you're thinking of buying an RV, you absolutely must get this rhythm right. Make sure you've got it under control. Don't just serve it up as soon as it's ready. Take your time. Keep up with the rhythm. Moreover, every year, our country sees several peak seasons for RV sales starting with March. Just in early spring. This is the first peak season. The children. High school entrance exam and college entrance exam. Summer vacation. The third peak season. The long New Year holiday. These 3 seasons mark a small peak in RV purchases. In other words, if you're buying a house within these 3 zones, you'll need to act well in advance. Plan your strategy well. Strike first to gain the upper hand. You've watched. This isn't marketing, neither marketing nor a gimmick. It's simply the natural order of things. He's definitely been like this all these years. What car are you looking at? I might have some cars in stock, but for others, you'll have to wait. That depends on which model. Any other questions, friends? I remember the Guangzhou exhibition. I know them very well. But I haven't tried their product yet. I think it sounds pretty good. Their products are quite finely crafted, but they're a bit pricey. It's a bit pricey since I haven't tried their product yet. But I think each company in our industry has its own unique product features. Each has its own unique features. The user said this microwave oven looks too low-end. Let me let you in on a little secret. My sense of style really isn't great. I think this microwave looks amazing. But why do you guys think it lacks class? I just love this kind of metal finish. Because the kind of microwave oven we're buying now seems way too detailed and overwhelming to me. Only this microwave model has a different design and style. It's not much money plus. If you don't like the RV, because of the microwave, no worries, I'll swap it for you. Can I plate some for you? 3 of them, 135,246. Feel free to use it as you like. The biggest issue with buying an RV, to be honest, the biggest issue is buying an RV feels like dating. The same place. Buying an RV has something in common with dating a partner. Whether you're conscious or not, no matter the occasion for buying a home, cars, whether consciously or unconsciously, seem to play a role. Unconsciously, let's move on to whether this car looks good or not. Of course, looking good really matters. Looking good certainly matters, especially when it comes to the sophisticated and ceremonial appeal of interior color coordination. But to be honest, after you buy the RV, you don't care so much about its looks. That's really how it is. It's pretty much the same as having a romantic partner. When I was dating, look at people's educational qualifications. For example, height. Looking at someone's face, right? Anywhere is fine. After getting married, complaining that someone can't cook, thinking someone can't speak properly, complaining that others can't make clothes, complaining that others can't make money. You've completely lost your sense of style. Now you've switched to a whole new set. So, therefore, we often exchange ideas within our industry we frequently discuss, focusing on studying users' consumption behavior, studying users' consumption psychology. They've even read Gustave Le Bon's book called The Crowd, right? Later, we came to a conclusion. What exactly was the conclusion? Whether it's a home buyer, but for any consumer, his purchase needs have been remembered. It's simply his purchase needs and car use requirements. Not quite the same. What concept? When he bought the car, he had a few specific needs. He mentioned to the two RV enthusiasts, Mr. Liu, I'd like to buy a car, what kind should I go for? I've specified what I want this car to be like this, you see, is what we call a purchase requirement. As a result, he bought the car, so I fulfilled his wish and bought it too. He used old Liu for several months. I think there's something wrong with your car, everything about it, but here's how you should address it. This is exactly what his driving needs are. Why didn't you say so earlier? Right? Why didn't you raise these requests when you bought the car? He said, old Liu. When I didn't own a car yet, I had no idea an RV would work this way. I'm just focused on the RV's features, looks, and all that stuff. So, therefore, got it. Now, in Chinese society right now, in China we have, the economy is highly developed. And material life is incredibly abundant, but have you noticed how trust between people remains surprisingly low? Especially in the past 2 years. Market competition is fierce and deeply cutthroat. Our mutual trust in each other has plummeted to an all-time low. What I say, you don't even believe it. Even I said, this thing is good. You probably think he can't be good. This has two things set up. I think this is great, why don't you buy it? You'll definitely think this one is better. There's absolutely no trust whatsoever. Why? It's not everyone's fault our market has become so competitive, right? You're calling me. 7 days. I stayed for 7 days. And the hotel cost 100 yuan. You're the one who stayed for 7 days and even taught for another 7 days. This concept is too confusing. But please rest assured. Take a look at Langzhong's RVs. Just chat with Lao Liu from Langzhong. This problem doesn't exist. Let me tell you about any product from our company. I'll clearly tell you both the strengths and weaknesses. At the same time, I also hope everyone keeps in mind when buying a home. Please share your vehicle requirements as thoroughly as possible. With car buying demand has been unified. The more you agree to buy a car, the less likely you are to end up at a loss or getting pulled. It's about holding firm to the green hills and never letting go. Why did I buy a car? I'm going to buy a four-wheel drive one. I'm only looking for something under 500,000. Definitely no going over that amount. This is called has a stance. Many users attended the exhibition. When I went, that's exactly how I felt, but once I arrived at the exhibition, I was completely blown away. My old biking buddy, a sales rep from the manufacturer, kept leading the conversation in all sorts of unexpected directions. I'm totally confused and don't know what to do when this happens. There are so many of these. Although the stance is not firm. We bought it just because the microwave oven looks nice here. Or maybe because the latte art over there is beautiful. This isn't even the main contradiction. Kim and Mao told us, analyzing things. To resolve contradictions, we must focus on the main contradiction and the dominant aspect of that contradiction. Go and solve. 2. Don't try